Okay, so everybody, welcome back, those that have played before, and welcome new people to the Aerth campaign. It's been about 2.5 years since this campaign was going, so I'm really excited to get it started again.
Nice.
And on that note, we're going to go to a surprise that I have for all you guys. Let's hope it works the way it's supposed to. If I go and do this.
So that's why the screen's black. Dramatic reveal.
There it is, dramatic reveal. This is our landing page. And this will be the landing page you guys land on from now on every time you log into the game. And it's going to have updated information about the game that's going on each week that we play. But so I've got all our information here on the landing screen. I've got all our characters and who plays them, so that you guys will know who's who.
That's really helpful.
Today is session 67. We played 66 sessions with the old group, so this will be session 67. Today's date, and it's got some information about the game world. There's currently summer in the game world. It's the 25th day of the month of Suntide, which is there's a calendar thing that you can look at in the handouts if you wanted to see the months and all that. We're on day 67, which is weird. It actually lined up with our session number, and the current phases of the two moons are down there at the bottom. Which I'll update each session as they change.
Does that mean that we are approaching werewolf nuttiness? Or
No, we're just passing. The Tyron is full tonight. The Ditha was full last night, and is a little past full now. And then I have the four holy symbols, which represent the four gods that have been involved in this campaign. So far, we've got the little skull and crossbow guy. That's Anthrax. And I believe Little Will wears a symbol of Anthrax. Is it visible, or do you keep it hidden?
Very pronounced.
Okay.
He wears it on top of his clothes.
Okay.
As a pendant. So.
And then the one up in the corner, that's Ishtar, who has been the one guiding the party up to this point with Jason, her chosen prophet, helping guide you guys. And down here we have, this is going to be Welby's goddess, Lyra, I think it is, Lyra, the goddess of love and peace. And then in this corner, we have goddess's character's god, Karn, the god of war and destruction and, chaos and all that stuff. So this ought to be great.
Every corner covered.
What was the name of the first one? The Skull and Crossbones?
Anthrax.
Of course.
Yeah, he's the god of death, disease, and decay. All those fun D words. So let's go around while we're here and just kind of introduce yourself, your real person info, and then give us some info about your character a little bit. And I like to start top to bottom the way we are in the thing to make it easier. So Brimstone can go first.
Okay, my name's Spencer. I live across the pond from you. I'm in the future. I really enjoy role-playing games. It's good for my brain. I'm gloomy when I can't. So this is really nice. Really nice to be meeting new players. I enjoy combat. I'm not really I don't tend to do accents and get into all the acting. I really admire people that do. Good on you if you do. But it takes me a while to get comfy with that sort of thing, I suppose. But
For us, you come built in, sir.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He's doing one now.
You guys do. You're exotic to me, right? I've rolled a character. I persuaded Laurie to let me have a multi-class character. So I've got a couple of levels in rogue. Not really to be a thief, but just to have that stealthy and dynamic combat, disengage malarkey. And his other class is sorcerer. He's just starting on his journey to become a powerful sorcerer. And that's it. He's an Azamar. He's strange. He doesn't really know why he's here, but he's gravitated to the college because that seems to be the seat of all learning and powerful people, and they seem pretty cool and open. So he's headed there. I won't go on and on and on, but yeah, that's my opener, I suppose.
Okay.
Thanks.
Chris, you're up.
All right, well, I'm Chris Littlefield. I both play and run Dungeons and Dragons games, but right now I'm more of a player than a DM. Apart from Dungeons and Dragons, I've also branched off into Cthulhu Mythos horror games like Call of Cthulhu and Arkham Horror, the role-playing game. Right now I play Rylar Tassaran, an ex-Lothsworn Drow, who is basically fleeing from his comfy life underground, and he has to survive with this group of random strangers, and with mixed results. He's currently a level 6 wizard. I don't really like to multi-class. I prefer to pick one class and stick with it. But he's chosen the School of Necromancy as a subclass, although I've unintentionally made him more of a pyro.
Yeah.
Who can resist a little bit of fire every now and then?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Little Will can.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I guess Eric's up next.
Hello, my name's Eric. I've been both a player and game master for D&D, and lately I've been also exploring into the Cypher system as a DM as well. I will be playing a human hunter who is a swarm keeper. He has a fairly decent honey making business across the country, and he actually is Brimstone's companion, Cam, who is I. Did go to the college, isn't a big fan of the college, isn't a huge fan of the gods, but they asked him to kind of take care of Brimstone for reasons that will become clear eventually. And they travel around the country together, and he makes and sells honey, and along the way he takes care of his little bug swarm.
All right. Old man?
Yes, so my handle is Old Man. It has been since I was 18,
Oh my god.
and that's simply because those are the types of characters I usually play.
Huh.
My current character is not. Little Will is in his mid-20s. As a young man, he was in a slum that was burnt down in order to chase the dregs away. And he prayed to basically every god that he knew of to save him. And the one that answered him is the one that is currently being worn around his neck. Anthrax. And so he has pledged his life and loyalty to the god of death, who saw fit to save him by doing nothing other than removing his sense of pain and enabling him to get out of his shocked state and run through the fire, and also keep him from dying of infection. So there's quite a lot more about Little Will that I could say, but I think we'll save that for in-game. As far as me, I have been a content creator for video games. I have been a short story writer. I have got honorable mention at Writers of the Future, which is the largest international short story fiction competition in the world that I know of, for amateurs anyway. And I have written 2 novels, and I have dungeon mastered 3 games. aside from that, I'm currently just in my player phase right now, while I try to go about my publishing journey. I also have started making YouTube videos and that sort of thing in order to advertise my work, so you can see that in
cool.
my profile if you were interested.
All right. Don, you're up.
All right, I'm Don Van Osdal. I've been playing this, since 1980. My first rule book had 64 pages. So I've played just about every game that come out before probably 2000. So I've been at this a long time. And Trin is a former sailor. He's a high elf. And when he was on board ship, he became close friends with the Oriental cook and became a monk. So you've got a high elf monk. And his ship was hijacked by pirates, and he's trying to hunt them down. And he's looking for some good allies to help out.
Ben, you're up.
Hi, my name's Michael. I go by Fen online most of the time. FEN. I've been playing D&D since I was 9. My mother was my first DM. I've been DMing since I was about 13. I'm an amateur writer, world builder, general nerd when it comes to D&D. Welby himself is just a small little dude who likes to practice medicine and help out when he can, and he's just kind of like a cool guy, you know, just what's happening, everybody, man, how's it going? So he's just kind of like the little dude that wants to help out as much as he can, but knows he's not as strong as everybody, so tries to be a good support role but still be effective.
And I'm your dungeon master for today, Lori, and most of you know me either from playing with me in other games or playing in my game. And I've been one of those forever DMs since about 1980. This world that we're playing in is the world I created at that time, and I've been playing in it ever since, pretty much exclusively when I DM. So hopefully it's got enough lore and stuff to keep us going for a while. I'm retired now, so officially, so I have lots of time now to work on things, which is nice. I've been working on making sourdough starter here the last 4 weeks or so, and I finally got the starter to where I think I might be able to make bread here pretty soon. And try it out.
Old man, what's
it
Little
is.
Will's race? Is he just human as well?
Was just a standard old human.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And we'll get into describing our characters in more detail once you guys meet up. So, when we left our heroes 2.5 years ago, Will, Rylar, Trin, Zathras, the Tiefling Bard, who his player's not here, Jason, our NPC cleric, and Einar, the half-orc barbarian, were in the city of Vanguard in the Temple of Ishtar. Rylar had a book in his possession that contained history and other information about the Drow in their underdark city of Shirka that he had taken from a library there before his escape. He carried it with him throughout their travels, and once in Vanguard, they were contacted by a female Drow named Kat, well known among Rylar's people as a dangerous assassin and bounty hunter. Kat sent word to Rylar that she wanted the book he had. She gave him until midnight to leave the book with the bartender in the Red Flagon Tavern, or she would come collect the book herself. The party retreated to the safest place they could, the Church of Ishtar, and boarded the windows up, barricading themselves in case of an attack. Then they discussed the matter in the dining room of the church. Einar the Barbarian's answer was simple: go to the tavern and kill this person. Aside from the problems of collateral damage and property damage that would likely cause, Rylar's opinion was if they tried that, she would easily kill all of them. Her reputation as a dangerous killer in Shurka was well known, and there were whispers that she may even be a member of the Vista Claw, the highly trained assassin group of telepaths that everyone feared. Rylar decided he would hand over the book, but not before spending 10 hours copying as much of it as he could. Since he was a trained wizard with a sage researcher background, and was currently in a temple with all the needed supplies to do so, he set about his task, managing to copy 2 of the book's 5 chapters. He selected the chapter about the Drow Queen Shardra, and the last chapter, which is currently undeciphered, to copy. The group traveled to the tavern, waiting outside in case there was any trouble, with Trin taking to the roof to keep lookout. Rylar went inside to deliver the book, leaving it with the bartender. Will used Detect Thoughts to find out that the bartender immediately handed the book off to someone in the back room. After Kat left the tavern, she spoke telepathically to Rylar and told him that she is not a threat to him and has no interest in killing him or his companions. She only wanted the book. The party retreated back to the safety of the church and locked the front door for the night. Einar went out to spend the night at the brothel drinking. Trin spent the rest of the time trancing at the dining table downstairs. Will and Zathras took rooms in the basement to sleep. Jason slept in his room upstairs, and Rylar spent the night keeping watch and possibly trancing a bit upstairs behind the altar by the statue of Ishtar. Will gave his unseen servant the screaming rock and told it to touch any intruders that approached Rylar with it, which would set it off. Now it's the next morning. As the party makes their way together to gather into the dining table, Jason and Einar are not with them. I'm going to pause there now, since Goddess is with us. So why don't you introduce yourself as a player and your character a little bit so y'all know who you are.
I am Goddess. I mean, I play a lot of D&D, so I know a lot of stuff. I try not to put that knowledge into my characters as much as I can, or I try to have excuses for my characters to know what I know, because it's hard to unknow what I know. Yeah.
Those of you that were in the old party, and some of you other people that know what was going on, we lost Mark to cancer this year.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I know.
He played Einar the Barbarian, and he was also our primary note taker for the group. He took all the party notes, so we had an idea of what's going on and what items we picked up and what's in our. We have a wagon. The characters have a wagon, and what was in the wagon and all that stuff. So, does anybody here want to take up that duty of notation?
I'm sorry, I'm notoriously bad at taking notes.
I don't mind tracking loot and like making sure our equipment's good, but I'm not good when it comes to nice, thorough notes.
Okay. I will be recording all the sessions, but they tend to be 3-4 hours long, so they're kind of hard to refer to for notes. But if you want to do inventory,
I'll do my best to remember the important stuff.
Okay.
Because I'm usually good at just remembering the important stuff,
Right.
but I'm not good with notes itself.
Right. Well, if anybody just jots down a few things of the important stuff along the way, maybe that'll be enough.
Yeah.
I'll do my best.
But yeah, in the meantime, I do encourage all people to at least take some notes for your own character, so you have some recollections of what's going on as we go. And for any of those who want to refer to them at some point, we do have a handout up there at the top of the page labeled Party Notes, and those are like all the notes of the campaign this far that Mark took while he was playing with us.
And sorry, where are those?
There's a handout that says Party Notes. Let me make sure. Everybody should be able to see it.
I found it already.
It's on the right. It's above the characters.
Right under wagon inventory.
I see it. Okay.
Yeah, that's got the entire campaign up to this point that Mark took notations on. Where the beginning of it is at the bottom of the file and the most recent one at the top. The last entry I did, because his entries stopped at like session 55 or something. I guess he was working on editing them on his own machine or something. He was, because something got messed up, and he had sent me the last couple of sessions in Facebook. So I mean, it took me a while to find it because I said, well, there must be a note somewhere. So I put the last note on the party notes from his notes that he sent me in Facebook. We do have the wagon inventory. That's the current inventory of the original party, what was on their wagon. So, Fen, if you want to use that as like your basis to keep track of things, you can do that.
Okay.
I have a little batch, and I have there's like an area in the bio where you can keep notes.
Right.
And I keep personal stuff for Will there.
Okay.
I just happened to stumble across a demonic prophecy that we
Stumbled across.
Yeah, it's
It's not that important. Just stumbled upon it.
You stumbled across that.
Just a little bit of time reading, just to put yourself to sleep.
Where was
Yeah.
that? You found that?
I'll put it over here. Let's see. We will put it in an additional features. There we go.
Oh, let me.
Don't worry about that, guys. Totally fine.
Let me
Nothing to worry about. Everything. Nothing to see here.
let me take a look at this.
Demons, it's fine.
I can add them to my notes too, because I probably don't have them on my notes either.
Yeah, they've got a lot of weaknesses. We got spells for that.
Okay, so back to where we were. I had just done the recap of our last session, what the original party had been doing, and now it is the next morning. As the party, we're talking the original party now still. As the party makes their way together at the dining table, Jason and Einar are not with them. After a few minutes, Jason comes downstairs with a sober look on his face. He has a seat at the table and says, "Well, guys, I have good news and bad news. The good news is that Ishtar has kept us all safe through the night, and in my opinion, the danger of Cat is past. The bad news is Ishtar has a new quest for myself and Einar to go on, and so we're going to be leaving the group this morning to travel back into the desert. So unfortunately we'll be leaving you guys for a while, at least. I don't know how long. Ishtar has said that she's going to send someone to come and take us and escort us there. So I guess this will be goodbye now for now. Einar's off saying his goodbyes to Lady Kayla. So, and at that point, there's a knock at the door, the front door of the church, which was locked the night before. So, Jason's...
Out of character, I thought Einar should have earned a Viking funeral.
Well, yeah,
He fought really well.
And I thought about doing that, but he didn't want me to kill his character off. So, so I have found another quest for his character. But yes, I would have done something like that otherwise. I asked him what he wanted me to do with his character before he passed.
So,
yeah, he wanted me to play him, but I said there's no way I could ever do Einar justice to play him. So I'm going to send him on a quest where he can be hero.
nice choice.
Yep.
Sorry.
So everybody heads upstairs to see who's knocking at the door as Father Marcus unlocks the door and opens it up. And standing there is Marla, the lady that you guys might have remembered that you met at the edge of the world a month or so ago in the desert. Anybody remember her?
She's the dragon lady.
Yes, the dragon lady, yes. Although she looks like a human at the moment.
Mum's the word.
Yeah. "Come, Holy One," she says to Jason. "It is time to go." So she and Jason says, "Well, I'll see you guys. Hopefully I'll see you again in the future. Whatever you guys end up doing from now on, good luck. And I'll miss you guys." So, anybody want to say anything before he leaves?
Thanks for saving me life at least 3 times. I'll miss that magic.
Well, just remember, in your case at least, Draftnor is watching over you, and Ishtar will keep her eyes out on the rest of you, and I'm sure she will watch over you and guide you in things to come. So
Safe travels, mate.
thank you. You guys too. So he takes off with his brand new Ankig armor that you guys had commissioned for him, and goes off with Marla to go find Einar and to pick him up and leave. So,
Okay.
as you guys are there at the front door of the church, and people are starting to file in for morning services, Brian, the acolyte guy, he's going to all the windows and taking down the wood that you guys had boarded the windows up with. Father Marcus says, well, we have services to attend to and things, so if you have somewhere to go or something to do, have at it, and if there's any help we can give you, just let us know.
Thank you for the sanctuary.
Sure, thanks.
So, and they're not serving breakfast this morning because they have services, so if you guys want to eat, you'll have to go to the tavern.
Yeah, my
Sounds
first thought was
bland.
to go to the tavern.
Well, now what?
We're screwed, that's what.
So you guys heading to the tavern then?
Yeah, head over there and trying to figure out some way
Okay.
to make money.
Okay, so while you guys are over there at the tavern, discussing what you're going to do and having some breakfast, I'm going to switch now to the new people. Cam and Brimstone, we had a little bit of a session 0 with you guys. You've headed in towards Vanguard on your yearly trip around the area. And you two are more or less, you've been here before, so you're used to what's going on here. Australia, your character, I believe, lives in Vanguard, right? You're sort of headquartered here.
Yep.
All right, so you might be in the tavern having breakfast at the moment when they come in.
Probably, yeah.
Yep, and Welby, who is traveling here for his own purposes, probably you and Brimstone and Cam are waiting in line at the front gate to come in. And I have a...
Man, can you believe they're trying to charge us money to get in? That's outrageous, man.
So I have a little intro blurb for that I typed up last night. Here we go. As you approach Vanguard, the city looms above you atop a sheer plateau, its weathered stone walls standing tall against the open sky. The road leading up to the main gate winds through stretches of farmland and dense patches of forest where farmers and woodsmen go about their work under the watchful eye of distant city guards. The gate itself is a sturdy iron-bound construct, flanked at all times by 2 armored sentinels whose sharp eyes can scan every traveler. Inside, the city is alive with movement. The main street, paved with worn cobblestones, is a cacophony of merchants hawking wares, clattering wagon wheels, and the clatter of traders and townsfolk alike. Stalls overflowing with exotic spices, gleaming trinkets, and fresh produce stand side by side, with blacksmiths hammering away at their forges. The air is thick with a mingling sense of sizzling meats, damp straw, and the ever-present tinge of unwashed bodies. However, beyond the well-kept thoroughfare, the city's sheen quickly fades. The side streets are a maze of crumbling stone buildings and sagging wooden shacks, their walls streaked with grime. The further one strays from the main road, the deeper the signs of poverty take hold. Filthy alleyways where the sick huddle in shadowed corners, whispering beggars with outstretched hands, and the occasional glint of steel from a lurking cut purse. The air here is thick and stale, carrying the acrid scent of decay, rotting refuse, and the unmistakable presence of disease. Even in its decay, Vanguard is a city of opportunity, a place where wealth and ruin exist side by side, where fortunes can be made or lost in a single night, and where the watchful eyes of the city guard are never quite enough to keep the shadows at bay. As your turn comes to approach the main gate, you are greeted by 2 large, stern figures with the guard's crest on their chests. The one on the left is a large, muscular half-orc with a thick beard and his hair cut in a mohawk on top of his head, with a sword strapped to his hip. His skin is a pallid grayish green, and he has no visible tusks protruding from his jaw. The one on the right is an even larger minotaur, holding a shield in one hand and a halberd-like poleaxe in the other. He has an impressive rack of horns on his head as wide as his shoulders. He squints at the line of people, his nostrils working to catch all the scents. The pair look like they brook no nonsense. As you come up to the head of the line, which I guess Brimstone and Cam, do you
Cam.
want to be first in line in front of Welby?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna spin Cam round and make sure he's not got any purses like easily exposed or anything. we need to be on watch here. Remember, we need to be
You
careful in this.
realize that I'm older than you and that I've been here before. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
As you come to the head of the line, the half-orc holds out one beefy hand. Entrance fee, 1 gold per person, he says, waiting for payment.
Slap
1
2 gold in
per
his hand.
person?
That's
It wasn't like that before.
yes,
Right,
it was.
man? That's ridiculous.
It's
man.
always been that way.
Has
I
it
don't
actually
give him,
always
I
been
don't
that
give
way?
him any
Yes, it
cheek,
has.
2 gold straight in the palm.
And
No
he
cheek.
hooks a thumb to let you go in. Going in.
Can I try to sneak behind them and just make my way past the guards and like
Good.
blend in with the
You
two of the
can.
guys?
You can try that. Roll me a stealth. Check. First roll of the night. Let's see how it goes.
Let me pull up my character real quick. Roll 20 is acting silly, so
Oh,
hopefully
yeah, it does that a lot.
I
It's
tried
not
to
accurate.
refresh, but it's not doing. So I think it might be my end. And I don't have my character sheet. Are you able to
Alright, I
access
can-
my character
yes,
sheet?
I can pull it up.
I'd appreciate that while I
Alright.
try to get this fixed.
All right. If you want, you can just roll me a d20, and we can add your stealth, which is 3, onto it.
All right, so I got a 15, so that would be 18 total.
So 18. All right.
I just
with your-
rolled the
with your-
physical dice. I
your,
can take
your
a picture.
tiny
if you
little
like.
body. You managed to hide yourself among the bigger people and just sort of scuttle on in behind them. The Minotaur, who squints a lot, you can tell he can't really see too well. He uses his nose for most things. And he his head kind of turns toward Cam and Brimstone as they go in. But the smell of sulfur and brimstone that follows brimstone everywhere kind of masks your scent. So you end up just scuttling inside behind them, unnoticed.
I'll tap Cam on the back and be like, appreciate that, guy. Have a blessed one. And I'll walk off.
He'll give you a little smile and will. Does he wear a hat? He doesn't wear a hat, but he'll give you a little smile and say anytime.
Once inside the main gate, the main street of Vanguard greets you. The places most travelers would need to access are close at hand to the gate. The Red Flagon Tavern is off to the left, with Harbeck's Arms beside it. On the right is the stables, and beyond them is the large Vanguard Inn. The street turns off to the right after that, lost from view behind the inn. So, where might you like to go?
I'd like to go straight to the tavern myself. Don't want to. I don't like.
Oh, do you guys have
all the-
horses?
Yeah.
Okay.
We must.
Then you'll have to
Yeah.
stable them first.
Okay. Hang on. Did we have them this time? Because we did the special.
Oh, we
arrival
didn't. That's
thing.
right. Unless
What?
we got them
Yeah.
along the way.
Oh,
You
that's right, because
teleported.
you went to Solera on the way this time around, so you don't have
Yeah.
horses this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of horses, you remember the name of mine? I didn't write it apparently.
Yes, your horse's name is Thimron,
Wrong. Thank you.
which is Elvish for raven.
Tell me, Brim. Sorry, Stone.
Right.
You like Stone.
Yeah.
What do you think they do with all of that gold that they collect every day?
I hope they do it. They take the money and they give it to whatever hideous person is satisfied to keep order here. And I mean, I don't know how this place works, so just give them the gold and get in, do the business, and get out. I hate it here. It's so strange. This place would actually be like the the least favourite stop on Brimstone's tour.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Do you think this maybe is where the big guy pie in the sky wants you to be?
I don't know. I've come to collect a parcel, and then I'm gonna go.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a business-like pace to the tavern.
All right, I'm putting some tokens on here. You guys arrived first, so you can put yourselves wherever you like in the tavern to get your breakfast. And Australia may already be there too, so
Oh.
you guys just
So
arrange
you-
yourselves wherever you want to be in there.
If this is like the second or third time that Calm and I have been here, Calm, you will have noticed that this is where I'm most uptight. I'm okay with some of your antics and breeziness elsewhere, but like Vanguard, I don't mess around.
That's fair.
This is like, are we going to sit at a table or what are we doing? Rylar's here, so I'll sit here.
You'll find a table in the corner over here.
I've got a black screen in there.
Oh, where did you?
What I
go?
You
saw
gotta
on
drop your
the
token
start
on that.
page,
Well,
it's
I was putting you
summertime,
guys
is
in
that
there in
right?
the order that you showed up, but okay. 'Cause-
From what I saw from the page, is it summertime?
Yes, it is summertime. It is morning, and usually the tavern's fairly empty in the morning because everybody that actually works in Vanguard that has a job is usually setting up their stalls and opening their shops and aren't really at the tavern this time of day. So, so your bartender there, whose name is Crush for those who live here and know his name. He and the bartender. Okay, well, okay. He and the barmaid are thrilled that there's a big group of people coming in this morning for breakfast. So, Australia was here for Australia. You probably already have been served, so you can have your breakfast in front of you eating if you like. And you see,
Yeah.
and you see a couple of fairly decent-sized groups of people coming in. Normally, it's pretty quiet in here when you're having breakfast, but a bunch of people just walked in, and
You will glance at them and then continue to eat her breakfast.
so the lady, since these guys were here first, she'll come and wait in your table. Good morning, gentlemen. What can I get you this morning for breakfast?
Whatever you got, miss.
Actually, I've forgotten what they normally serve here. It's been so long.
Breakfast, we have meat sticks, cheese omelets, ham and cheese sandwiches, bacon and egg sandwiches, bacon stuffed bread, or ham, steak, and eggs.
Oh, right. I remember the last one, and I think my character ordered that often.
Yeah.
Good.
So you want your regular ham, steak, and
Bacon,
eggs?
please.
Okay.
Cheese and egg omelet.
Okay.
And I'll have the ham, steak, and egg.
Cool. And you, sir? Oh, I'm Zathras. Duh. All right. So Zathras, who I am playing, I have to keep reminding myself, is going to get a ham and cheese sandwich. That'll be fine. Would you gentlemen like anything to drink?
Just some water, please.
Anyone else?
I'll have some Merlot.
Some what?
Merlot.
I'm sorry, we don't have any of that. We have
Beer.
beer and mead, ale, milk, vodka,
Mead, please.
wine, whiskey, cider.
Wine.
Okay.
I just want your breakfast wine.
We have red wine today.
Oh. That
Getting started a little early, aren't you, mate?
That's what's going to have water. And who else? Who did I miss?
Mead, please.
Mead?
Yep.
Okay. All right. We have high quality Elven Evermead. So she goes off to kitchen to get your order started. Meanwhile, the bartender says it's busy, so he comes over here to your guys' table and says, "Yeah, what do you have?"
Bread and water, please.
Did you say bread and water?
Yes, I said bread and water. Do you have any parcels? I point to the crest.
Oh,
on the tablet.
yeah, the postmaster's in the office waiting for you whenever you're ready.
Okay, thank you.
And bread and water. Okay. And you?
Bread, water, and some eggs.
Eggs. Okay.
And you mentioned that I overheard you have some good meat. How much is that?
Oh, the Evermead. Yeah, that's a silver piece.
Sure, I'll give it a try.
Okie dokie. And bread. I don't even have bread on the list. Put bread on here, I guess. Nobody comes in and just orders bread. I don't know. Okay, he wanders into the kitchen. Hey, this guy wants bread and water out here.
I'll make sure it's clean cut, boss.
So she returns and starts putting drinks on your guys' table. And then heads over to Welby. Well, good morning, little sir. What can I get you for breakfast?
You got coffee?
Sorry, I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's like, you take these, like, little beans and you grind them up real good and you put hot water through it. You ever tried it?
I'm sorry, we don't have anything like that. We
I'll just
have
take
tea
the
sometimes.
ale.
We don't have any today, but, what's that?
I'll just take an ale.
An ale?
Yeah, that'll be alright.
All right.
How much is that?
The house ale is 4 coppers.
Alright. I'll pull out and, like, kind of stare at her while I go to get my bag and not really indicate where I'm going and pull out 4 copper and hand it to her.
Oh, okay, thank you. Would you like anything to eat?
Oh, no, I'm good. Appreciate it, though. I don't eat in the morning.
Okay. And she heads back into the kitchen. This guy comes out and says, "Here you go, bread, water. Here's your beer. Mead, I mean, sorry. That's Evermead.
Thank you, sir.
And that's gonna be, let's see, copper is 5, and it's, 5 is 10, it's 15 coppers.
I turn and look at Calm with a smile.
Yeah. I'll put the cash over, and take a small sip of the mead. How does it compare?
Well, it is Evermead. It's high quality elven mead. It's probably the best mead that they make in the area.
And how does it compare?
Compared to what?
To the kind that I made.
Well, I'm not sure what yours is made of, but it's a very high quality. It's probably on par with some of the best stuff that you make.
Okay, all right.
It's elven. It's one of the exports. There's a few exports that the elves actually sell. They don't do a lot of trading outside their home, but
That's fair.
Mhm.
He'll just take a small sip, and then he'll put the jar down, and he'll just like take off his scarf a little bit, like just gently put it over top the mug. Drink up.
and she brings a mug of ale for Welby. There'll be 4
When you get a
copper. Oh, you
chance-
already gave me the 4 copper. That's right. Yes.
I think I'm stuck in the wall, so can you
Oh.
move me onto a seat?
There you go.
Thank you.
Gotta love roll 20.
The early ale.
All right, she heads back into the kitchen to get the food prepared. So,
That's what happens when you have ale without food.
yeah, really. I'm stuck on the wall.
Hurry, wall banger.
So, you guys were discussing what you're going to do now that Jason and Einar have left you.
Yeah, I'm like,
Rylar's
yeah,
like, you're
we're gonna
screwed.
have to find some muscle and some healing, cause I ain't taking all the hits.
Well, neither am I.
Yeah, you got 2 squishy wizards and a bard and a monk.
It'll be fine, mate. We'll just if we want to
At the
earn some
mention of
money, we
finding muscle, my character turns to look at them.
see right there. Universe provides.
Hell is Shar.
She raises a brow.
Hello, madam. We find ourselves in need of the finest muscle around. Well, you look. I'm not saying you look muscular, but you do have.
She looks
Pardon me.
skilled. That's the way you say it. She looks skilled.
You look skilled. And you can see we're just a bunch of thin men. And how much do you cost? Are you
Oh my
taking
God.
percentage?
She looks over them very curiously for a moment, and then says, "Yes, I can take a percentage."
That's excellent. We're not quite sure where we're going to be going next as far as taking missions on, but the name of the game is to earn as much money as we can. For we wizards, anyway, we take quite a lot in order to learn a bit more. We're just traveling around, trying to earn a bit of money, and occasionally we run across some big trouble. Luckily, our biggest source of trouble is just walked off, as it were.
Australia actually has the look of a high-born high elf. She looks very classy.
Oh yeah, so I probably wouldn't like that much.
So you have you. So
I
you have
mean-
this party with a very tall dark elf. I mean, very tall for a dark elf. You have then a rather short elven monk, and you have Little Will. The guy with half of his face has burn scars on it. And Zathras, this weird-looking gray guy with horns, and you have no idea what he is.
She probably looks at all 4 of them. You probably would expect her to look at you guys with some kind of judgment, but she just looks at you all exactly the same. As she's just like, so long as I get fighting experience from it, I don't care. I don't like boring combats.
That sounds like our kind of woman.
Well, you're in luck.
Just stay away from this guy's fire, and you'll be good. Pointed to Zathras. Not Zathras, but
Don't you be well
Rylar.
done.
Rylar.
Me, yeah, I'm the fire guy.
And your name is?
Right.
name- he's-
I'm sorry, I thought you were referring to me.
I
Okay.
am.
the barmaid lady comes up with all your breakfast and food and stuff.
Thank you.
Let's see. I gotta add all this up. 3, 4. Oh, that's expensive. That's 4.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be
Ooh,
4
that's
gold
fun.
pieces and 4 silver.
Who was in charge of our party's finances? Wasn't that Einar?
Yeah, and he walked off with it along with Jason in the cart.
No, he didn't. No, the cart. They left the cart behind. So your horses and the cart are still in town.
Well, you know what? I'll spare you the trouble and drop my own money in the waitress's hand.
Ooh.
Uncharacteristically generous. Thank you, sir.
You need someone to also
Thank you, ma'am.
keep track of your finances.
Why, that would be good. I'm a wizard, but math. The math. It escaped me, madam.
I just imagine
Not a
like waving his
mathematician.
hands in the air. The math, oh god, calculus.
The character
Self-trained,
keeps
as it
her
were.
thoughts to herself on a wizard not doing math with their spells.
Math is easy. Haven't you ever counted how many bodies you've poisoned?
Oh, jeez.
No, I can't say I have, Rylaw. Not at all.
Dude, I've got a hard time keeping track of how many times I've been poisoned. Oh,
That's true.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah, we do seem to have been poisoned a lot, don't we?
Anyway, I am Rylar of House Tesarin.
My character know who house or what house Tesarin is?
No, you know nothing about dark elves.
Okay. She just stares at you blankly and nods.
Yeah, I kind of seen that coming.
He's important
I have
somewhere.
no reason to know the history of any of you. Your names and titles won't really mean much past me using them.
That's right. You can call me Will. Everything else is not really important. I'm an illusionist, so I can distract people for you. But as far as killing them, that's mainly your job.
Very well.
If you do
Yeah,
need to
I'll
run a
help
little
with
bit
that.
faster, though, I can help you with that.
Likely the only time I need that is if they try to escape.
That happens more often than we'd like to admit. And they
Yes,
often
I
get
don't
away.
like anyone escaping.
Mm. That's fantastic. That's more loot for us. I
Well,
want this girl.
Welby, Kim, Brimstone, what are you guys doing? Are you listening on the conversation that's going on? Which is
Yeah,
annoying.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm eavesdropping like a motherfucker. Welby's just sitting there sipping his ale, just like, okay, I've heard gold. I've heard don't know how to manage money. This is perfect score.
Bad with math. Oh, boy.
One guy's getting poisoned all the time. I'm gonna have to make remedies for him.
So long as I get paid, I have interest in combats. I'm fine. I can manage your finances as well, I guess.
That's great. We take real good care of our frontline fighters, get them the best gear that we possibly can. They're just our other frontline fighter just walked off with a full set of Ankeg plate mail, cost us thousands of gold pieces. Got it, and then walked right the fuck off
Well,
onto another mission.
Hey, which
Not-
way did you say that guy was gonna go? I want to go talk to him real quick.
to be fair, his god told him to do it.
He rode off on a dragon, mate.
You probably should have asked him for it.
Believe me, it makes sense in context.
You probably should have asked him for it back.
Well,
yeah,
to be
but,
fair, none of us could
you
use
have
it.
to put all three of us in it. Oh,
It was custom made for him. But I'm not chuffed at all.
Fair enough.
I'm not even a little bit angry. He saved me
sound
life
it.
3 times. He's a solid mate.
Yeah. He saved
right.
all of us several times.
oh yeah.
My name is Australia. You can call me Astral.
It's a pleasure to meet you, madam. Do everything you can to watch your back if you're going to be watching ours.
I will keep you all alive, and your enemies will be more than dead.
More than dead.
By the way, do you happen to be willing to use poison on your blades? I have a couple of lovely vials at any given day to provide you.
I'm fine with poison. I don't care.
Fantastic.
As long as she's killing something, she don't care.
We're gonna get along great.
You may or may not hear about me around here. I'm normally known as Paladin Zartal.
Have we heard of her?
Probably not, because you were gone from town most of the time she was here.
I mean, they might have since I was in that war. I don't know if they heard about that though, and it's been
Yeah,
like
they
10
weren't
years.
involved in that. That was a decade ago.
Oh, I did live. I mean, we're in the town where I was raised, right?
She was not raised here. No, you were raised
No, I
here.
was.
Yes.
I was.
Yes.
Yeah. So
She
she was
fought in
a
the war with the Sliga, but that was over near Lakeshire. That wasn't anywhere near here.
Have I heard of her?
Ooh, I would have heard of her.
Yeah, Welby would have heard of her, because he's from Lakeshire.
I probably wouldn't know anything about that.
No, you wouldn't know anything about that either.
It was, I'm probably going to say his name wrong.
Trin.
Oh, Trin.
Trin. It was Trin that said he got poisoned a lot, right?
Yes.
Can I do a medicine check to give him a physical?
Are you going to introduce yourself first, or are you just
Really?
going to go right in
Say,
there?
you just start
Yeah,
groping.
he just
Yeah,
comes right up
I mean-
and just starts inspecting you without even saying anything. You just see this, like, he's jacked for only 3'3". He's got a 15-inch strength, so he's extremely
I checked the little
ripped and
halfling.
buff. And you see he's got like medicine pouches all attached to him in some way. Several little like hidden places he keeps stuff. You see he's got like a leather thong that's holding empty vials on the side of him.
Totally. Do you do it sneakily or do you walk up to him?
Oh, he just blatantly walks up and doesn't say
That's
anything. He
groping.
just starts giving him a medical
As
examination.
soon as you start approaching him, she gets up, pulls out her sword, and points it at you.
And I stand up from my chair and I say, "Hey, short stuff, get your hands off my teammate."
Oh,
Okay.
no touchy. Just looking.
Please,
just
please
looking.
nobody start rolling stuff until I call for rolls.
My bad.
For me, the D100 was to decide if she was going to do something about it or not.
Right.
So that was just me.
Okay.
And I rolled a
Can I-
95. It was definitely doing something.
Doing a medical examination with my eyes, can I see if he has a poor constitution or not?
Just from a cursory look with your eyes, I'd say he looks fairly average.
Okay.
Um,
I'll rummage in my bag.
are you
And
gonna
pull out a
are you
small
gonna do your
paper.
actual examination? Are you gonna ask him to do
Oh
one?
no,
or-
I was just looking at him, like getting kind of an idea of him using medicine, just like looking at his constitution,
Okay.
like if he has any deficiencies or anything in
Well,
his.
let me roll me.
health.
Yeah, roll me a medicine check because I want to check something here.
Alright.
You can have advantage turned off. You don't need advantage, but okay, 13. There's a look about him. There's something about him that you have a memory of. Some malady that you've seen once before, and he may or may not have this malady that you've seen.
If he's so
Okay.
medically inclined, I'm surprised he didn't go to Little Will.
Oh, Will's got every disease known to man.
I'm gonna dig into my pouches and pull out a little packet, and in it's just a little herbal that is like divided into like 12 days dosage. I'm like, just take this for about 7 days. You might see some health improvement. And I'll hand them the packet,
Why, thank you.
and I'll walk back over to the table and start drinking my beer
So
again.
so you're not going to do the full medical inspection?
No, it was
Okay.
just getting a
Okay.
rough idea. He said he kept getting poisoned a lot, so I was like,
Oh, okay.
Is there something to this?
Oh,
Trin, real talk, I don't think you should take those. A random stranger walks up to you and hands you
Yeah,
some
here's some medicine.
random herbs. That's just suspicious all around. Maybe I should do a medicine check of my own to sort of verify he's saying
Do you
what-
have any skill with medicine?
Actually, yes. For some
You
reason,
do?
I'm
You
proficient
do?
in medicine.
Oh,
Well, you are a necromancer. You have to know something
Okay.
about anatomy.
all right.
I'll
then
assist
him,
Then
I'm
I'll
also
let you do a
proficient.
medicine check if you want to take a look at them.
Yeah, Trin, show me those herbs.
You can look
I'll,
at
I'll
yours.
assist. I'll assist him.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Wow.
I don't need to assist him.
Yeah, no, you don't. All right, you have seen these herbs before, apparently. Welby, you want to tell them what they are?
It's just like a balanced herbal mixture of different things that would be like kind of a multivitamin.
Well, I'm droll enough to admit when I'm wrong. That is perfect for poison. So, yeah, just take those the way he said to.
Yeah.
And you know, thanks to her blade, you got it for free.
Now, and
You
Trin,
see how fast he skedaddled.
Trin, I want to mention after you've had your breakfast and whatever, and you do feel a little peaked. You've been feeling a little peaked off for the last day or so, but nothing major.
Yeah, well,
Which one's the necromancer?
Me, Rylar.
Rylar.
All right. So Welby apparently has invited himself into the group as the medic.
Actually,
Not officially, but yeah, he just was like,
if
"Here, take this."
I can tell he's going to just
If you're-
tag along.
if you're an herbalist, mate, I could probably use a little bit of help. Because I follow Xanthrax,
Yeah.
god of death and disease, and I'm constantly afflicted by pretty much everything. I can't feel it. I can't feel the pain. But I'm slowly dying.
What?
Okay,
Xanthus is like, what?
I'm gonna take. Welby
You
takes
can
a
see-
big sip of his human-sized mug of ale and is like, "Oh, that sounds quite All right, let's do this." And
Does,
I'll hop down.
Does Welby have a holy symbol in view on him?
I would imagine he has a symbol of Lyra somewhere on him.
Okay. He has a symbol of Lyra, the goddess of love.
He probably wears it as like a brooch holding his travel cloak together.
Okay.
I'm not
Um,
looking to cure the diseases, mate. Just so we're clear. Just want to
Okay.
be able to be a good host, and keep them in me for longer. So
And you wonder
Goes
why
to
I'm
So you
sitting
want-
directly across from you.
So you want to incubate him and
Yeah.
get him to continue to live.
right. So
Yeah,
just
that's kind of what he does.
long-term infection is what I'm going for.
All right, let's do this. So I'm gonna pull out a little like notebook and like little quill and start looking at him, not touching him, but just looking at all his different ailments that might be happening based on side effects or physical manifestations.
Okay.
You're
well,
not going to check. You're not
Astrid
going
will
to
just
check
proceed
downstairs.
to eat her breakfast.
Yeah, don't check downstairs at the breakfast table, please.
Oh no, he can keep his trousers on, but appreciate the foresight. So a medicine check, Lori.
Yeah. And Will, do you want to describe anything in particular?
So with a 14, he has probably at least one bacterial infection just that you can see on his skin. He has, in his hair, there's things moving.
Oh, at this point, Xanthus is moving his
okay.
chair over to Rylar.
So a patch of fungal infection, and they're very well isolated from each other, and they don't seem to be spreading. It's like there's a very specific location they are at.
How
And that's
how's
where
his
these-
pores look? Does he have like a lot of comedones and like cyst acne?
Oh, God.
No, he doesn't have any like boils or anything like that.
Okay.
But he doesn't have much pores at all. Like you wonder, like for a good portion, he is burned over probably, I want to say 70 to 80% of his body. So
Say check, please, but I already paid for everybody.
yeah, so he's he's gonna have problems with sweating and overheating,
Okay.
and hot climates sort of thing.
Laurie,
Um,
or
Yes.
actually, maybe I can ask a little. From where Cam is,
Mm-hmm.
Can he see if Lil Will has any infestations?
Will, do you have any infestations like in plain sight? Like the thing. Well, there are things crawling around in his head. I think he said.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
if you look into
Okay.
the hair that's on his head, which is one of the few places he's not burned, is over 1/2 of his face and the hair on that side of his head.
Cam will stand up, put his scarf on, stand up, jar's empty, and he'll just kind of like walk over and he'll say, "Pardon, I couldn't help but over here. You're feeling a little under the weather, and I couldn't help but see that you're scratching your head there quite a bit. Do you happen to have maybe some lice or anything? I could help you out if you want."
Oh no, that's the thing. He wants to keep him. Isn't that crazy?
They don't leave me body, all right. So nobody else has to worry about it. Unless I give
You
them
do realize
permission.
that's not how diseases work, right?
Well, so here's the
He-
thing, though. My god is anthrax, and I spread it as I will. So
Mhm.
And your
Yeah,
name's
only to the
Will.
bad guys.
You will your will.
that's right.
The bad guys
So-
get it.
I use it in me magic. I give it out to people who piss me off. See.
Okay, well, would
I don't
you
think lice is
prefer-
considered a disease, though. That's just
No.
its own thing.
Yeah. Would you maybe want them to stop biting you?
I can't really feel it, mate. I have no sense of pain.
I get that. I hear you. You might not be able to feel it, but I can tell you, at least from where I'm standing, I can see that you've got some pretty open sores on your scalp from them biting you.
He
It's up to
likes
you. Like,
it,
if you
apparently.
don't want anything, if you're happy, my friend, I'm
Well,
glad
what do you
that
have
you're
in
happy.
mind? What do you have in mind? Because passing out from blood loss is not good.
I
And if
agree.
she says it's not a disease,
I would not say that it is, but they can bring disease, right? They can bring infection, and I was just gonna have a little chat with them, and ask them not to bite you.
well, okay.
You're suggesting to talk to the lice?
Yeah.
Interesting. Go on.
Zathras kind of leans into Rylar. A discussion of Will's diseases over breakfast is not quite what I had in mind.
Hey, you sleep next to me, mate. This
Oh
is
no,
good
I
for
don't.
you.
Oh no, I don't.
So Cam will walk over and he'll lean over to you, Will, and he'll start kind of like, you can't quite tell what he's saying, but I don't know if I should probably have asked Lori if you'll allow this in this context.
What are you trying to speak to?
The lice on his head. They're not
Not-
beasts, but I'm wondering if, like,
Yeah.
given the context of my character, if this is something that, like,
So you're trying to commune with the lice on his head. Now this
little
is
bit.
something I never thought I'd
I
have to
believe
say.
insects are
And-
considered beasts.
Okay.
I mean,
what
insects are
exactly are you
considered-
trying to communicate with them?
I'm just trying to convince them that if they could keep their feasting on him to a minimum. Like, he's happy to host them, he's happy to have them as guests, but like, they've got to have, it's a two-way street. They got to be considerate. They got to clean up after themselves. They just got to, be good house guests.
All right. Well, you get the feeling from them that they are very happy with their host, and they like him a lot, and they don't mean him any harm.
Okay. So, maybe just focus on, like, one spot of his scalp for when you do need to feed, and maybe, or even just like rotate once you know it's getting really, really warm. Just move to a different spot, okay? Don't if it gets really hot and warm, if it starts getting to smell a little bit bad, stay away from those spots, okay? Does that sound good to you guys?
This has got to be the weirdest.
The whole time it's just like it's all like, it's not
Why-
words, it's a weird sound coming from his mouth. And in
Yeah.
fact, sorry, I don't know who this is. Who's
That's
this here?
Welby.
That's Welby.
The
Welby
halfling
and
player.
Zathras
Yeah.
in that proximity, you probably do hear something. It sounds like buzzing.
Wow.
But in the end, Captain was okay. So they're really happy actually with you, my good friend. They're happy to stay. They're happy to be with you. They don't want to hurt you. So I know you can't feel it, but you probably won't get as many infections on your head from them anymore. They're gonna do their best to help you out.
Thank you very much.
Anytime.
Appreciate you.
As he'll go back to his table, the two of you still hear a little bit of buzzing. And he'll sit back down next to Brimstone. He'll actually just ask Brimstone, "Hey, so do you want to go? Because like I know you're nervous. Like, do you want to get out of here?"
Yeah, I want to do my business.
Okay,
Do my
let's head out.
business.
Yeah, let's go.
So, is it to that office that I go? Is it just here?
Yeah, he said that
the bartender, when he sees you get up and get ready, he comes over here, steps aside, and opens this door to this other room back here.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
In the meantime, Welby's just gonna pull out a small little black root that almost looks like licorice root and hand it to little Will
Okay, that's.
and
not
say,
what I want.
"So, just apply this to where the
All right.
abscess is, and it'll help it like maintain its health."
Add a gold piece to your supply there, Wilby.
All right, dope. Thank you.
I'll pay you.
And as Welby goes to leave, it might be improper, man, but may Lyra's light bless you. And I'll go back to my beer that I can't carry around because it's too large.
It's perfectly fine, mate. Even though I follow Anthrax, I have no problem with the other gods or the followers. So,
Hey, if it wasn't for Anthrax, I wouldn't have a job.
see,
All right, I moved you into the room while it let me touch things for a moment.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the postmaster. You guys are used to him. You've seen him before.
Oh.
I shake his hand or offer to shake his hand. I don't know if he likes that.
His name is Niran, and yes, he is a bugbear. He's the postmaster.
Okay, I offer my hand.
Yeah, hi Brimstone. What do you got for me today?
Give him what's the drop off for Vanguard.
Mm-hmm.
Is there much to collect?
Actually, I will tell you, Brimstone, as you're handing the letters over to Niran, you notice one of the letters that you're carrying is addressed to Rylar.
Oh, okay. That's a name I've heard in the bar, right?
Yep, that's the Dark Elf guy.
Oh, okay. I'll hold on to this one. I believe the recipient is in the barroom.
Okay, whatever. Here's some outgoing
Okay.
stuff for you to take with you.
Okay, how much? How much is there?
Probably just a few letters.
Okay, good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. Well, that's. I'll see you in another 6 months, my friend.
Yep, see you then. Have a good one.
Shake his hand again. Click my heels. Just a tiny little bit of sort of office that I've got, like a Fisher's roll. Just like
Mm-hmm.
enjoy it and and leave.
All right.
And approach the. Ooh, I can't get out of the room now.
Oh, sorry. There you go.
There we go. And,
Canvas
and
also, thank you.
I'll approach the table and say, excuse me, sirs, did I hear the name Rylar mentioned?
That would be me. What's this
So-
about?
Is before you stands 6 foot Asmar.
Yep. He's shorter than Rylar. Rylar's about an inch taller than you.
Okay, even sat down.
Fine,
Wow.
lady.
Mm-hmm.
And he's charcoal black, like grayish charcoaly colored skin. Looks like a piece of charcoal.
Okay,
guy.
so it's slightly darker than me.
And golden eyes, and a nice white set of
Oh, I guess
teeth.
we
which
should
he
show him the
smiles
tabard.
with, and
Oh.
offers Yeah, and he's wearing a tabard with the college's crest upon
I
it.
will post a picture of it up in the general area.
Cool.
Uh,
And he says, "This is for you. This has been sent from somebody in the college for you."
Really?
this is the tabard that he is wearing. It's bright red with gold trim and has the symbol of 2 keys crossing on it. That's the symbol of the mail carriers for the college. It's his official uniform for work.
You get a sense that he's got pride in his work.
So, Laurie,
Yes.
if I have the letter for me, is there a name on the address where it's sent from?
It is from the college, from the Church of Ishtar.
But no specific person, just the Church
From
of
High
Ishtar.
High Priestess Sharon, Whisperwind.
I'm pretty sure I know that name, but I've met her before, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll just open
No
up the
check
letter right
required,
then and
so-
there.
I step back professionally so as not to intrude on his privacy. And,
Oh.
return
All
Well,
right.
thank you.
It is
My
a letter
pleasure.
from the High Priestess to regretfully inform you that your brother Kysilis, who is under their care in a coma, did not wake from his coma and is no longer living.
Oh boy. So,
And if you recall, he was the one that was poisoned by those that other group. He got poisoned by some guys, and they chopped his finger off, his pinky finger,
yeah.
and left him for dead by the well in shade. And I think he'd been poisoned by some kind of mushroom.
And which group was that poisoned him again?
I will check on that.
So, I calmly pocket the letter. I stand up from my chair and I say, "Excuse me for a moment." And I leave the tavern.
Okay. All right. So Rylar takes the letter, reads it, and heads out. What are the rest of you doing?
We'll go to our new paladin friend, and he'll say, "I hope I don't put you off. New members of the group tend to just stay about 5 feet away from me at all times."
Who's saying that?
Usually you do that
Will.
anyway.
Will.
Oh. She's gonna look at you, Will. She's gonna put a hand on your shoulder. It's fine. I just
Thank
need not
you.
to have it because divine health.
Ah,
Immune to disease.
In that case, I can share my brews with you. I take toxins, venoms from the creatures I'm hosting, and brew them into something toxic. And he hands you 2 vials of concentrated carrion crawler venom. So what that is that instead of so you can look up carrion crawler mucus. Instead of DC 13, it's DC 15.
Wait, what's going on here?
And he's handing her over 2 vials of poison.
Oh, okay.
that he
Oh,
had
yeah,
from
I remember you
previous
got that from
adventure.
the carrion crawlers.
Yeah, and he
They collect all kinds of weird stuff.
yeah
I
DC
would-
15, DC 15.
15.
So he upgraded it with his poisoner trait,
Okay.
so that he got
Okay.
it level, with his feet. He says, so this is a bit of carrion crawler venom, mucus that I upgraded. It can poison, and when it does, it paralyzes your foe for a minute. So, quite effective if it works at all.
Got it. She will accept it, look at it. Note that she only has one of her weapons on her right now, which is the longsword. And she says, "I will apply it once I can."
Right, and I don't have a lot of money on me, but I figure that rather than gold, finding a way to kill things better might suit you.
I do accept that form of payment.
Fantastic.
I think
So
we're gonna
she
get
will,
along
pocket it.
well.
The bartender here says, "Hey, you want to get out from behind my bar?"
Fine.
Thanks. And he opens the door to the office and says, "Hey, Norrin, you're done in there. Get out of my office." Okay. He leaves.
How are you doing, Brimstone?
Yeah, I'm just wondering why Neuron's not going straight to the place with the important packages I've given him. You're not going to drink, are you?
Me?
No, sorry. Neuron, you're not going to drink.
Why not? I can have a drink if I want one.
Deliver that post, you slob.
I'll get to it.
You deliver that post, you slob. I throw my piece of bread at him.
Oh, gosh. Just, whatever. So he leaves.
You've been bestowed with a duty.
Yeah, he leaves.
Astral just keeps her thoughts to herself. As she's just gonna look to the group after watching that. And look, so when do you all head out? And where?
Well, that's what we were actually going to discuss, the Zathras, because I don't know if we know exactly where we're going yet.
Yeah, we'll have to, perhaps there's a place to take a quest. Or get some money. Or we can escort someone to deliver mail. Or...
I can give you guys some reminders of some things you've already found out, if you would like.
If you have any ideas there for us, let us know.
Oh, this is the DM talking. I know, I saw that.
I have an idea.
Okay.
If I could possibly, yeah, I'll approach us. I'll turn to Carm and say, do you think these you went and spoke to these people? Do you think they're adventurers? And were they approachable, receptive?
They struck me a bit more as mercenaries. They seemed to be looking for a way to make money, which is fine. Approachable? I mean, they let me approach. They only attacked the first person who went to speak with them the first time.
Well,
what are you thinking?
Well, I'm done in Vanguard, but I'm just interested, just in case these may know of the people who I am looking for, and I'll approach. Was it Zathras that I gave the letter to? No, it's Rylar.
Rylar. Yeah, he just came back. He had left the room, but he just came back in.
Oh, okay. I come back to the seat where Rylar was sat, sorry. And I say to Zathras, Zathras is played by you. I'll talk to a player character. I'll talk to Trin.
Well, Zathras technically is a player character, but I'm playing him at the moment.
Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. I'd involve another player.
Okay, sounds good.
And say, Trin. Sorry, I don't use your name.
Just one moment. As Rylar's making his way back to the inn, you can hear from outside. You can hear him swearing, yelling angrily in Drow as he approaches the tavern.
I just quit. Realizing that that's possibly a result of the correspondence that I've put in his hand. I just very quickly get this bit of business out of the way. Are you guys? Are you, sirs? Are you adventurers?
Why?
You know adventurers.
We are adventurers.
We are adventurers.
I'm a mercenary.
Yeah. We're a mercenary corps, you could say.
Same diff.
I am seeking knowledge of a cult. A cult that has done committed crimes against friends of mine, and I understand that they were in this cult was in, or a faction of this cult, members of this cult who had kidnapped children of one of my friends. They ran into some adventurers and the children were freed, and I would like to thank those adventurers and also get more information on the cult.
Oh, that's us. Actually,
that is you.
Yes. Fancy meeting you here.
We did fight a cult.
It's a small world.
Kids. How do we know these are the same kids?
How many
kids
are kidnapped by cults?
There's many cults. There are many kids.
She would know.
I'm not sure if I remember this correctly, but I think I heard the word in connection to the cult. I think it was a blood cult, and I can give information on the family. The two children were from a desert tribe.
Oh, yeah, they were desert kids.
Oi, that's it.
That was the son and daughter. I think it was boy and girl, right? It was
Yeah,
the son and daughter
that's true,
of
yeah.
my friend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna look for the information for the name.
That
Give me a
that's
second.
probably that cult that we. Oh, actually, Will and Zathras, I think, had the knowledge of that cult.
The cult is on my bad list.
Yeah, the cult of Varathus.
Most cults that kidnap children would be on that list.
Yep.
What was that? Varathus.
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 Sorry, I'll type
Right.
it in here.
And could you give me more information? First of all, I would like to pay for your drinks.
No, I think we already
Um,
paid. Unless we want to have
well,
more drinks.
I'm not one for drinking, especially in Vanguard, but I will give you. I'll slap another gold down onto the bar. You say, spend this on however they want it. I know it's not a great deal of money, but
Well, if you want a bit of information about what we came across there, I happen
Please.
to have a bit that I took from their place where they made their proclamations. And he brings a scroll out and he unfurls it, and he's like, "Well, this is in Infernal, so I'm not gonna say these words as they are in this bar. The dark tongue, I'll translate it into the common. When the merchant moons align in bloodlit eclipse, the veil shall thin and bow before our sigils of ash. From the vault of endless cinders will rise he whose name shatters tongues, the demon lord long chained. Yet flesh is the hinge upon which worlds are opened. So shall we fashion a vessel, a living chalice, tempered in anguish, anointed in forbidden scripture, until bone and soul are scoured clean of mortal claim. In that hour the supplicant shall kneel, threaded with the darkling essence of the Master, and through that mortal skein the infernal crown will breach the shell of the material and eclipse all thrones. Let the weak raise walls of prayer, their pleas will drown beneath the tide of obsidian flame. We are the keepers of the right, we are the ashes that mark the path, we are the heralds that burn the world to death, blah de blah de blah.
wow.
Wow.
So
And
we are the Obsidian Flame. Is that the name of the cult?
That's that's the scroll you found in the cult headquarters, right? That we went to and raided.
Yes.
So do we think
Varathus
that's
is not the name of the cult.
Varathus? That's not. Is that the name of the demon that they're raising? Varathus.
Yes.
Varathus, I've just
The
been-
long chain.
Yeah. Okay. I need to take as many of those out as possible.
And what's the name of the cult?
Obsidian.
Maybe the
flame.
Obsidian Flame.
The cult, but they worship Varathus.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
name of the
I'm trying
cult
to
is
write
the
down the name of
Obsidian
the cult.
Flame, and the demon is Varathus, just to confirm.
I think so.
That's what it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
The
so
DM said, so that's a yes.
the they're looking for, I don't know if they took children, so possibly a pure virginal soul to turn into some sort of conduit that the
It
infernal
might just be
crown-
innocence, not
Yeah.
necessarily virginal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, thank God. That means I can go after all.
You could be the chosen one, mate.
I don't know. I just remember they had squishy noses.
Yeah, I kept punching him.
right.
Brimstone.
Okay, well, yes. Calm.
Could I speak with you for a moment?
Yeah, quietly aside, sure. I
Yes,
step
please.
over.
So, you know I love you. You're a very wonderful person.
I am.
But you just walked up to these people, told them exactly what you were looking for, and all they said was yes.
It's
And
true.
then you showed that you had lots of money and said that that money wasn't worth much. So, and then they pulled out a piece of paper and told you that they had a prophecy about a cult that you are specifically looking for. And we just ran into them completely randomly.
I've paid
So
another
before
way of
we-
looking. Another way of looking at this, Calm, is I've paid 1 gold for the best clue I've had.
But you
Since it's been-
told them the clue. You told them, I am looking for adventurers who saved some children. And then they said, oh, that's us.
Yeah.
So what I'm
The,
trying to tell
the
you,
naivety of Brimstone is such that he will take that on face value.
yes, and this is why I think you're a wonderful person. But before we
I
go
am.
off with them, ask for some information that you can confirm. Like, you said that the 2 children were saved, right?
Correct.
Is there anything visible on those children that stands out? Any tattoos,
could-
any
I could-
hair,
I could-
anything you can confirm?
I put my hand on Calm's shoulder and I say, "You are a wonderful person, and this is a wonderful idea." And
Deep
I
sigh.
approach the table, and I say, "I know the ages of the children. Tell me their ages."
I'd have to see if I can remember that.
I point
Yeah, I don't know
over
if
to
we ever
Calm and
actually
say-
asked their ages, but they.
I point over to
did
Calm and
tell him
say,
how-
"He doesn't
how old
believe
they
that you are
looked.
the people I seek."
A character's just gonna say no one's really in the habit of asking the ages of
No,
children they just
I
rescued.
think the boy's name was Elam. That's what his father told us, right?
I turn around and I smile to Calm. I say, "Join us. These are our people."
I'll look over to Rylar. Rylar, you remember anything about those kids we rescued from the cult?
I know they were just a bunch of kids we'd never see again.
Oh, all right, but we paid a little bit of attention to them because they was gonna become the host of the demon lord. He's whose name shall shatter tongues. I'm not gonna say his name.
Yeah, the boy was. The boy was in the chamber, the ritual chamber, and they had a demon there that they had already summoned. They were doing something. They were getting ready to do something with that kid.
I will say the family's great. They was just in a tent, but the
Yeah.
best tea, milk tea. I never thought a milk tea. It was a
That's
fabulous
probably
milk
camel
tea.
milk. Probably camel milk.
Aye, that's it.
By the
I feel
way,
like you're
you
all
noticed
getting
like my
sidetracked at this point. My question is there something that you want that you asked,
Their blood.
or is it just to pay your respects?
Why do you need
Forgive
some
me.
guarding? Are you on? Do you need some help? Do you got the money to pay for all us fine folk, particularly her? She looks rather large and violent if she doesn't get paid.
She does look. She
Oh,
does
well,
look
Definitely
skilled.
looks
She
intimidating
looks
and
skilled,
skilled.
but we haven't seen her skill yet, so I don't know. But she looks skilled.
She has an aura.
An aura.
It's slightly.
I mean, she looks incredibly pale.
By the
Yeah,
way,
it's kind of like quite difficult to read expressions on the Asmar's face because he's got glowy eyes and this dark face. But he looks confused now. It's
Okay.
just like, well, they're evil and they have a prophecy to bring shadow over the earth and flames, and why wouldn't you want to stop that?
All right, and I will say, at the moment, since Brimstone and Astra are standing so close next to each other, that you get that feeling that I was telling you about, that I messaged you about earlier in our sessions. There's some kind of odd recognition between the two of you.
Oh, sorry, where? Who?
The dangerous looking lady.
Oh, what? I recognise her.
Well, no, you have a there's a familiar feel about her, a sense about her. You've never seen her before, but there's some sort of feeling that she's some kind of connection.
Right. Again,
Would
more
I know
confusion-
what
more
side of the
confusion.
war she fought on?
Astra, did you fight on the side of the halflings or the lizard people?
Let me check my notes if anything was written on whose side.
I was in that town for a while too.
Against the lizard men.
Okay,
Uh,
so you fought with the halflings against their enemies.
Yeah, I was in that town during that time because
Yep.
I ran away from this town.
Oh, that's right.
You would have
Yeah.
probably recognized Welby because he would have been in the fields healing people that got injured during the war.
I'm just really staring at the scary woman.
she doesn't remember your face, so she doesn't
Yeah.
remember you.
It's,
just rolled
it's
to
not
see if
got
you
great
remember.
etiquette.
No worries.
I just the Asmar's just really staring at you, probably quite unpolitely. He doesn't actually have family here on this realm, so he's wondering why he's getting a weird familiarity vibe from you. Are you from Prophecy?
If I was written in a prophecy, I doubt I would know.
And you are
Mercenary.
not on the side of the cult. You'd like to end an obsidian flame cultist, correct?
I've never heard of them until now, but sure.
Okay, Vanguard's just really weirding Brimstone out, but he's pleased he's met these people. What's the next step in your? He turns to the table. In general, what's the next step in your elimination of this cult?
You know what? We need to find a church or a lord, tell them about the threat, and then get them to hire us.
Good.
That's gonna be a really hard
Good luck with
sell.
that.
It's actually a really great idea, and I've had it work a few times. It's pretty ingenious.
Well, I've got the prophecy right here.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think
I
essentially.
think the
just
issue is
reading that-
convincing them that it's an actual threat.
Well,
Could
I
I
can
see that paper, Mr.
Oh,
Wood?
aye, yeah. Don't lose it. It could be a meal ticket.
Is it, what's it written in?
Infernal.
Infernal.
You have to figure that you have to convince the Lord that it's actually important, and most people don't really care unless they gain something from it.
I
Well,
know people.
also-
Yeah.
Infernal is
I-
the language of devils. Would that even be allowed in a church?
What if, like, we kidnap one of the Lord's children and say the cultist did it?
Oh my
Well,
God.
Will
That
digs
doesn't
around in
sound-
his backpack. Will digs around in his backpack and he says, "Oh, right. Here's a map of their local cult here in Vanguard. I happen to have this. We found this there as well, and so here is proof. Quite, in fact, that it's a local threat and needs doing.
Let me
That's-
reiterate. Prove that they are a threat in the sense that it actually matters to them. Like, what difference would getting rid of this cult now make to them?
You have a good point. Maybe we ought to wait until they kidnap and kill some people first, and then it'll be more valuable.
No, we'll wait until they summon the
Exactly.
demon lord to destroy the city. Then they'll.
Exactly the case. They don't really care or notice problems until it's in their face.
That's right. Oh, but I happen to remember what the demon looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you want to see?
Yes,
Here it
yes.
is. Silent image.
Okay.
I
He makes an
snap my
illusion.
finger. I snap my finger. It's just an illusion, mates. Don't lose your heads.
Yeah, the bodyguard has got his hand on his sword. The guy at the guard at the door, and he's kind of watching what's going on. Inside.
Well, I'm just showing them the demon that we saw in the little hellhole.
Do you show them which form of the demon? Remember, it had two forms.
The nastier version.
The one that after you killed it.
Yeah,
Okay.
illusionist. So I can
Right.
change
Well,
the
the first,
form.
if you show the original image, it's like a really huge minotaur.
Uh,
Then
they,
when it died,
Yeah.
oh, there it is.
Gee,
That was the demon you
yeah.
saw in the other cult place.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those ones are
That's
fun.
what it looked like after you killed it, by the way, because originally it just looked like a minotaur until it was dead.
Well, so it did look like this, and he shows the minotaur. Everybody knows the minotaurs. They've been rampaging everywhere. But when we killed it, the illusion wore off, and that's what was underneath. So all these minotaurs, they ain't what they appear to be.
And how long ago was this?
How long ago was that?
That was probably about almost a month ago, probably.
Have they popped up since then?
Not
We
around
haven't-
here.
We haven't run across them.
Well, I would say probably, depending on who it is you dealt with. But assuming you dealt with anyone that asked you to deal with the Minotaurs, they might think that the problem has been solved.
And you returned the younglings, the human children. You returned them to their tribe.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
I wasn't gonna take care of
Yeah,
any
yeah.
children, mate.
Yeah, and
Oh.
they had a feast in our honor when we returned with them.
With the Hassani.
Hmm.
That's it.
Yep.
It's a friendly tribe.
Yes, they are my friends. I turn around to Khan. These are the people we needed to meet.
Is that you saying this, or is that someone else saying that?
Brimstone says that.
Okay. You could. I mean, you've
This
you've
is
known
calm.
Cam long enough that he's very much like, I'm not gonna stop you, but
Yeah.
this all
Brimstone
seems
now
too easy right now.
introduces everybody to just reveals Cam's name to everybody, thinking it's most natural and polite thing to do. This is Cam. He is my guardian and translator and guide and friend. He can be trusted. He makes good mead.
Greetings. Always can use a bit of good mead.
Translator, so I assume you speak multiple languages.
Oh, that'll be handy.
I do. It's more, not so much translating languages, though I can. Sometimes Stone just needs some interpretation with the world. He's younger than he looks.
I've got a very sort of strange, puzzled look on my face most of the time, and a smile.
But yes,
And
I speak Abyssal, Dwarvish, Elvish, and Gnomish.
Turns to you and says, "You speak Abyssal." Well,
I do.
I have this item that we found in the cultist lair, and he unsheathes this rapier, and it has runes all up and down the blade on both sides. And he said on this side I was able to translate. It's in Infernal, and it says Stinger. But we don't know what the other side said. He turns it over, and the other side is written in Abyssal.
Yeah, sure. I'll take a look and translate it for them.
Okay.
What's it say?
It says Zathras.
Ooh.
Cam will, since it's not a word that he recognizes,
Mhm.
he'll speak it out phonetically
Okay.
and say like, that's not a noun that I recognize. Is that the name of anything you've encountered or of a person you've encountered?
You said. What did you say it said?
Zathras?
That's my name.
That's just a bit creepy, mate.
Yeah, it is.
Ding Zathras. That's a. I think you should get rid of that
Congratulations. You have a
rapier.
blade that has your name on it.
It literally has your name on it, mate. Better not put it in somebody else's hands.
Do you wouldn't happen to have made any deals with any devils, have you?
No, I don't even. I've never seen any of those kind of creatures, and I don't even know anything about why. But then I don't know where I come from or anything. My mother.
And you just found this lying around. It didn't like
No,
appear with,
it
with
no,
your
it was
hand on
inside.
or
It was
anything.
inside a locked chest in the other cultist lair.
But did this show up when you touched it, or was it written on there?
It was on there in the chest, as far as I know. Rylar's the one who pulled it out of the chest. Rylar, the writing was on the blade when you pulled it out of the chest, right?
I'm pretty sure it was.
Well, friend, I would caution you that anything that has both devils and demons working together is not something you want to keep around. Mind you, you also
I mean,
don't want them to hold on to it either.
That's
Maybe that
assuming
cult has put a
that
hit
it
on
is-
you.
That is assuming that they're working together. It's a distinct possibility one side was written with it, and then another side was written on it later after the other side got it.
Could be.
That could be. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna hang on to it for now until I find out what it is and what connection it has to what everything else that's going on.
I know who will have the answers.
It is magical. I can tell that. That much I know. But other than that, I don't know.
Did you check it for any curses?
Didn't you
I
guys
don't
mention
think.
you have a bunch
No,
of
I don't think any of us have any
None
of the
of you
spells
have
to do any of
identify?
that fancy stuff.
What was that,
Does
Goddess?
none of you guys have identify?
No.
I'm,
Hold on a
self,
second.
I'm self-taught. Right on, Mike. He's,
I don't think he did. I think that's why we never identified any of the stuff we found.
we just pick it up and have faith that nothing bad will happen.
Who is it
I
that
do
has
have identified.
the
You
rape
do?
kit?
I do
Is
have it.
You said
Yeah.
it's Zathras?
I thought you didn't have it before.
I have identified, but I rarely prepare it.
Oh, okay, that's
Maybe
right. He
it
didn't
wouldn't need
wasn't
to prepare
prepared.
it.
That's why he didn't do it.
You don't need to prepare it. As a wizard, you can just ritual cast it without preparing.
Oh,
it.
that's right. You could have done it as a ritual. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
We didn't want to spend the money. The money.
Oh yeah, how much does it cost to cast it?
It doesn't cost anything. You just have to have a pearl that's 100 gold.
Oh well,
Yeah,
Which
we-
is
which we don't have.
surprisingly.
Which,
Oh wait, nope. I saw it in my inventory.
What?
Let's see where.
Oh my
Um,
god.
Yeah. It has to be in here somewhere.
Maybe it's in the wagon. Let me look at the
Yeah, I
wagon
thought it-
inventory. Do we have any pearls?
we had a pearl and then it rolled away.
Did it actually?
I thought I saw it in my personal inventory not too long ago.
It's not in the wagon.
I'm looking at the fact you
What?
guys obviously have
Here
the
we
money
go.
to get it.
Identify pearl. I have one.
You do.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh my god, he's had it all this
Just
time
gonna
and we
look at
never
you
used
guys.
it.
You're just gonna look at you guys blankly.
We're so confident. We're so confident.
You had it in your freaking pocket.
All blankly.
I mean,
Like, do
nobody
none of
asked
you
me to
have
cast identify on that.
Well,
Oh
Stupid
my
sword.
god.
all the wizards to pause for a second, not considering.
Hey, nobody ever asked me to identify it.
Yeah, well,
Oh my god.
Astral's just gonna pause for a second. I feel like it should be second nature, but you should probably identify it.
Zathras is cursed, you mongrel.
Now, one more question:
Oh my
Is the
god.
pearl is the pearl consumed by the spell, or can I keep
It is
casting
not.
identify with it?
No, it's
not.
It is not consumed. You just keep using it. That's all.
Yeah, that's probably why it's labeled identify pearl in your sheet.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe I got the pearl at a later date because it's near the end of my inventory list.
Yeah,
So,
because I don't
No,
think you
I-
had it at the time we found the blade.
and
I
maybe
don't know.
I sought out to get that pearl because I needed it for identify.
Yeah, and it could be like you said. You probably didn't have it prepared, and none of us even thought about ritual casting anything. And that was the last session we played before the break. So
Also, good thing you got me here. I can tell you all the secrets.
Get over here and cast the spell.
With the old rules. I don't know. if
So
we're
the
only using
bartender
the old
sees
rules,
people
but
are getting ready to cast magic spells and we have evil swords and whatever, so he's gonna go and just mosey on into the kitchen and get out of the way, whatever's going on out there.
I'm surprised he didn't shoo us out of the tavern.
No, he knows better. He doesn't want to get a magic sword in his gut.
I want to see if a demon will pop out. If I'm honest,
And
Zathras,
the bodyguard, the guy at the door is actually kind of looking kind of nervous. He doesn't want to leave his post, but at the same time, he's not sure he wants to be around with whatever's going on either.
Cam takes a few steps
He's gonna
back.
kind of just sidle over here by the fireplace, get warm and stuff.
Just gonna say you guys are acting like cowards. He's been carrying that sword for who knows how long, and
Well,
you're afraid.
Zathras isn't afraid. He's got it in his hand. He's been carrying it around, so he's not worried about
No,
it.
she's talking to like
So-
the guard and
Oh.
the other guy, and
Well, the guard
like,
doesn't.
wow,
Guard
you
didn't know
guys are
anything about
horrified.
magic, demon swords, and whatever. He's.
yeah, no, she's just
All
like,
right. Well,
okay.
then okay, so
I- I
Zathras lays the
identified
sword on
him.
the table, so Rylar can cast his spell.
All right, here we go.
you know
I
if
already
you,
posted identify in the chat.
You know, if you touch it, you get cursed too.
Yes, but oh wait, oh, range touch.
Yeah, you gotta touch
Go on,
it. You gotta touch it to
Milo.
identify it.
You want to drink before you do this?
Astra's gonna say, I'm pretty sure you'll be fine if they've been carrying it the whole time and nothing's happened.
Zathras, is that really?
Or you've
it?
already been cursed it for a long time anyway.
It's fine. He'll wilt slowly.
You'll never know the difference.
And the only party member who I knew could remove curses, Jason, is now gone.
Indeed.
All right.
Do you want me to hold your hand?
You touch my hand and I'll burn your hair.
You
Don't
burn my
threaten her.
hair and I'll cut your head off. She
This is
actually does stand up at that threat.
this is how we get into trouble, Rylaw.
This is why we had Jason around to calm everybody down all the time.
Yeah. And now the cracks are showing. All right, I'm gonna take a gamble and touch the sword or the rapier, whatever it is.
Do a little hocus pocus under the table, and the sword starts. You start hearing whispers.
Oh my God! Here goes Will again. He's always got to do this stuff. All right, so yeah, you reach out, you touch the sword, and you hear strange whispers.
And Will goes, "Ooh."
Shut it off.
It goes away.
All right, for real. And actually, because of some recent developments, actually my hands smell like brimstone, as if they've been set on fire, or I've been repeatedly casting fire-based spells.
Yeah, that one surprised me.
All right, well, good news, Zathras.
Yeah.
It is not cursed.
Oh, that's good.
Even better news, it was made specifically for you, which is why it has your name. Only you can attune to it and use its powers, which I'm not sure whatever powers it has other than it being no stronger or slightly stronger than an ordinary rapier.
The spell doesn't tell you what powers it has?
I get a limited amount of information from using Identify, but I know enough to know that I'm not cursed, thank goodness.
The blade,
And,
the blade is magical, so, and he gets a sense that it may have other powers, but if they do, they're not awakened, and the blade, so he wouldn't get what they are because they're not there at the moment. So Zathras is a tad concerned because although it's not cursed and it's a magic blade and he can use it, it's like, why was a blade made specifically for me with my name on it in a cultist lair in the desert somewhere?
Maybe they want you to join them.
Or maybe you're
Do not
related to
join
them
them.
somehow.
Oh, I hope
Do
not.
not join them, Zathras.
I don't want to join a cult. I don't have any desire to be joining any cults of demons or whatever.
He's a tiefling, correct?
Well, he is a gray-skinned person with horns. No one knows what he is. There are no tieflings that anyone knows of, so no one knows what a tiefling
So
is.
we just know he's not normal.
Right.
Okay.
Here we go. Legend lore can be learned by bards, clerics, and wizards, so it is in my class range.
Okay. Oh, I could learn it too. He is a lore bard.
Yeah. But it's level 5. I'm not quite there yet.
Yeah, we're not there yet. Okay, well, that's
I'm
little
wondering.
concerning. Yes.
Well, it sounds like you have a hint of your past, I guess.
Maybe.
The scroll mentioned something about a vessel.
Oh.
I was wondering if that was
I kind of
If
figured that's what.
perhaps you were the vessel.
I kind of figured that's what they were going to use the boy for in the ritual.
Oh, that's what I
Yeah.
thought too. But perhaps
I mean,
they
there
were
is
going-
such a thing as demon possession on anyone.
Could have been a transference of souls. It's technically possible through arcane arts.
This is sounding even less good.
Wait, can a demon even possess another demon?
Wait, I'm not a demon. Yes, I don't think
What I-
so.
Astral's just gonna shrug.
I'm wondering.
Well, I mean,
if,
I guess I could find out for you if you would like.
Find out what? If I'm a demon?
If you're a demon.
How?
I'm a paladin. I can sense demons.
Oh, well, you can. Oh, okay.
Through divine sense, what do I sense?
Oh.
Her eyes flashed. Red.
Target acquired.
Target or targets.
Terminator
Acquired.
activated.
So because of the
Okay.
ASMR as well, you
All right,
get
you
the
do not-
celestial.
You do not pick up any fiends, but you do indeed pick up celestials of yourself and brimstone.
Do know about herself. She's probably used this a few times by now.
Yeah. So you get the sense of celestial from brimstone, but you do not get any sense of fiends or undead.
Nope, not fiend
Well, that's good.
or undead.
That's good.
So you're
Good
you're
to know.
celestial, but you look like an elf. Is that correct? So you were an elf. Describe yourself.
Yeah, she
please.
looks complete. She looks like a high elf of noble birth, except for her odd-colored eyes, which are blue.
Do not sense demon. She said, I sense celestial from you, though. She motions towards the other guy.
I can get answers. We can all get answers at the college. Cam doesn't like the college. And I point over to the halfling and I say, I see you wear the mark of Lyra. I like Lyra. Cam doesn't like Lyra. I like Lyra.
It's okay. And besides, if you're looking for, what's the word, a sponsor, I think the college might be well interested to support such a cause.
Wait, we just
Unlike-
spent weeks traveling here from the college. Do we want to go back to the college?
Well,
I mean, it's a long journey, but I actually like the college. I could see myself living there.
Does not think to
Excellent.
ask the college if they do anything with that. She motions towards whomever is holding the prophecy right now. I don't know if
Uh,
exactly who.
Will.
Will has it. He also has a map, and he says,
was
and
gonna
it's
say-
also a map of in here, this very town that we are currently at. Local cults, same cult that we've been talking about here.
So theoretically,
Well.
we could go looking for this cult and maybe destroy it.
And take all the things and sell it.
Welby's gonna like
I'm
just
fine.
We
walk
beat some answers
over
out of them.
and
I'm fine
stand
with
next to Will and be like, "Well, see, the problem is like earlier, you need to find someone who's gonna back this plan. We don't want to go in there and take care of this cult without being paid.
Well,
So we need to take
So
the
long as
evidence
cult
we
has
have."
things
I'm sure
Still,
the
I don't care.
cult's got
go-
gold and things we can take once we kill them, like the other cult did.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
but you gotta
well,
think about how to double stack your profits. See,
like-
this
I
is
like
where
this
your
one. Say-
financial problems have come in from the past.
That's right.
You
I
need to
got-
Are,
be
are
able
you a
to
cleric
go
or
and
rogue?
I'm a halfling. You need to go in and talk to someone of higher stature and be like, "Hey, this is happening, and this is gonna go down if you don't, dish out a little cash, and maybe we can make it disappear for you." You're a
Well-
well-renowned
No, there's a
group, and I
problem with
dare
that.
say anyone would be willing to hire you.
You know there's a problem with that idea, right? The problem is that depending on who you go to, they could already just have someone that's already on their payroll to go, so they don't have to dish out the extra cash.
And
Not
we-
when
and
you
we
have
are-
a table of heroes like this.
And we are talking. This is Vanguard.
Yeah, that was my concern. This is the type of place where we go and talk to somebody and they're in the cult and we've just alerted them.
We don't even know who
Wasn't-
runs Vanguard for sure. I
Right.
mean,
Brimstone
Yeah,
points at
we
the
don't
doorman and says to the doorman, "Are you in this cult of the Obsidian Flame?"
he gives him a look like, "What? What are you talking about?"
Okay. Forget everything you've heard. Okay?
Gladly.
A little.
Don't mention it to anybody who enters.
What do you mean you wish you could? Oh.
Oh, Paul.
Zathras makes a good point, though. If you're going to be tackling a cult that's established throughout the city, they're going to have their own coffers. If you really want to try to find a sponsor in the city, You need to find someone who's got a lot of money and then make them feel like their pocketbook is in danger.
I think
I
that
like
think
this
that's
man's
serious.
thinking.
I like it too, but it's seriously unlikely here.
You
This
guys
is
have
the
not lived
one
here long
city
enough
where
to
that
know that there
this
isn't
would be hard.
really a leader. You guys realize that, right?
He just takes care of himself, and as other people go out and do business
Yeah.
in his name.
Pretty much. Like, no one talks to the wizard. It's just... We just don't have that here.
No, he's
Yeah.
just behind the curtain.
Pretty
It sounds
much.
like
So
you're.
if you want to deal with the cult, you deal with it on your own. There
That's
is
what it
no
sounds
leader
like.
to go to.
Yeah, and we kind of get the feeling in Vanguard that as long as you have money and you're not causing a lot of problems for the city, they don't care what you're doing. So even
You
if they
guys
know
haven't been
about the
here long
cult, they
enough.
may not care.
Okay, proposal. It's breakfast. It's light. They're not expecting us. Let's go now.
Okay.
Right. Surprise, Lori. Panic!
Sure. I don't care.
Where's
Just
the
let me
Alright.
get my
closest?
weapons. I'll be right back. Oh, she's gonna leave.
You're going through the window. Door's here.
I
She
mean,
does
everyone-
it anyway.
She climbs out the
Everyone's,
window.
Like, in the way. Everyone's in the way.
Everybody get out
So
from
I'm
in
not
front of the door.
gonna
There you
worry
go.
about it. Thank you.
She does a Kool-Aid man and just smashes through.
Oh yeah.
Is the doorman?
She's excited. She gets to fight.
Is the
That's the fight.
doorman a Goliath?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Those who live here, which would probably only be Will. Will, you've seen him. He's worked here a long time. His name is Kaltog.
He's always just minded his own. Hey,
Yeah.
don't worry about Cowtalk. He can keep a secret. There's lots of secrets around here.
Yeah, Kaltog really just doesn't care about whatever you guys got going on. He's just here to make sure nothing gets broken in fights and throw anybody out who makes trouble. Other than that, he doesn't care what you guys are doing. He does not want to
tap
get
on the-
involved.
I tap on the door to the room I was in earlier. I bang quite heavily on it.
Okay. There's no answer. The half-orc comes
Okay.
out of the kitchen and says, "What are you banging on my office door for? What do you want?"
I want you. I was going to say if you can get some potions of healing and have them here ready for us, we'll probably be buying them from you later.
Look, I'm not a potion salesman. I'm a bartender.
If
If you want potions,
can
go
rustle-
over to the potion shop. Lady Kayla will sell you whatever you want.
I know,
Okay.
Lady Kayla. We all can take
Okay.
it.
I just sell food and drinks, man.
Okay.
Very good food and drinks.
Sorry for disturbing you.
Uh,
Trying to bring you some business. That's all I was doing. Thank you, sir.
Of course, if we leave, our friend, who we are very much going to need, won't be able to find us.
our murder hobo chick.
I'm gonna.
Speaking
Cam,
of,
shall
I'll
we
just
wait
wait till she comes
outside?
back because I don't see why not. She'll come back, and she's completely decked, by the way. she has a lance, she has a maul, she has a long sword, she has a great sword, she has weapons.
She's she is bristling with weapons.
she's
What?
and she's armored. She's
Okay.
she's ready for a
She-
battle.
Wait, she has a
Clearly.
lance. How long is this? How big is a lance? Isn't that something you
lance
really
is longer
really
than your
can't use
body.
that on foot,
Okay.
can you?
You can use it on foot,
Oh,
just not at close range.
okay.
It's better off on a horse, but she does have a horse.
Okay.
Would you like a
Not that she's
phantom?
going to be using it right now.
Would you like a phantom steed? I can make it small. You can ride it around
Jeez,
in
a
town.
phantom steed.
She's gonna look at you. She's say, "I would, just not until I need it,
She
though."
has an
The city doesn't
she has
like
an
it when horses
a
are
proper
walking
elven
around.
war horse.
Indeed, the city doesn't like it when horses are just walking around, though. So, perhaps later when the time comes. But I will
Right.
take you up on that offer when the time comes.
Let us follow the pestilent map reader.
All right. Let's go to the potion shop. What? And I will lead them up the door.
All right, we're going to Lady
Lady Kayla.
Kayla's then. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Lady Kayla's shop is very small, as I recall.
We may not all be able to fit in.
No, probably no more than 3 or 4 people. Well, you could, but it'd be a really tight squeeze. Everybody would kind of be jammed in there. I will show you guys the map, and then you can decide if you actually want to go in there or not.
Wouldn't want to do that to everybody.
Because it's, let me see,
Cam and
Packed it.
Brimstone
kind
have
of a
their
kind of a
horses.
tight squeeze there.
Oh yeah, that is pretty small.
Yeah, so if you want to just send a couple of people in and the rest stay outside, or whatever you guys want to do.
How do you pull your
Right.
token over? What's the method?
I will put your tokens on the board, and you can put them wherever you like.
Yeah, I'm staying out.
After you, Pestilent One.
Who wants to go in and get potions?
All
Okay.
right, so
So-
little Will will come in and he'll say, Lady Kayla, we come to give you business again, madam.
Oh, hello.
First,
You're Einar's friends. I remember you.
yes,
well,
Einar sends his love, by the way. He's
I'm
left
sure
town.
he came in earlier to say goodbye and tell me he would be leaving. He will be missed.
He will be missed.
Oh, I forgot to put her voice on. Yes, he'll be missed for sure. So what brings you fine people in here this morning?
Well, there's a cult in town that's trying to summon a demon lord, and we're going to go raid them and save the good people, not at all for any purposes about cults, coffers, and gold.
Healing?
But yes, healing. And just anything that you feel
Oh, my
might be useful
goodness.
that you might have.
I placed 4 squares of quartz onto the table, and some gold. I really haven't got much gold.
And what is it you're looking for today?
However much healing you can give me. I have a wage. I will be picking up 30 gold, and I will be able to drop that to you. But if you cannot trust me upon first meeting, that's fine. I understand. But as much healing as you can give me.
Unfortunately, my friends, I don't have any healing potions in stock right now. And she looks down at the quartz. Well, I don't know if I have anything that 4 pieces of quartz can buy at the moment.
We have got gold as well. We bought from you before.
Well, yes. The potions I have in stock at the moment are fairly pricey. The least expensive ones I have are potions of cold, fire, and lightning resistances. If any of those would help you.
Fire
What
might
about
be
your
good, actually.
other potions?
What's that?
What about your other potions?
I have a potion of speed. I have a potion of fire giant strength. And I have potions of mind control that works on beasts.
Ooh. Potion of mind control. How much is it?
That would be 1,600 gold pieces. I have 2 of them in stock, but remember, they only work on beasts. Like animals.
Would love to get
And
the
you-
potion of speed for our paladin friend here.
And you hear me mutter a curse in Drow because that's obviously out of my price range.
I'm afraid the potion of speed is even more. Let me see. Let me think if there's anyone else in town who might have some of these things.
Allow me to try and persuade you to help us save your city. I don't think you understand how important this is.
He's a very optimistic fellow.
Yeah, with good persuasion skill.
Let's see.
Please allow me to persuade you to change your mind. You do need to help us. This is severely important. This cult wishes to wreck mortal enterprise. Your business and your livelihood will be dashed. So make a roll.
You can make a roll.
give
You
it a
can always
crazy
try.
high. Yeah, you can make it a crazy high DC if you want.
Or you can make it really low, like whatever.
You could
whatever.
make it really low. I'd love it if you did. We do.
Okay.
And what did you say to her?
To reconsider the credit.
Oh, I don't sell on credit, but I might be willing to give a discount since you are friends of Einar.
Fantastic, thank you.
Let me see. I would be willing to give you a 10% discount as friends of Einar.
Okay. My work here is done. Make room for anyone else. I can't afford anything anyway, but that's good.
How much is Fire Giant strength?
That one is, well, with the discount, that would be, let's see, 1,080 gold pieces.
You see the dust that's been collecting on it?
Astral just takes a slow breath in. And then
I'll be
exhales.
honest. Out of character, I only have 73 gold pieces. There's no way I can
Yeah.
afford any of this.
Yeah, anything
Did she
that's
mention anything about a common potion?
anything that's over 100 is beyond
Yeah,
us.
her inventory is pretty slim at the moment.
You know,
But,
we bought her-
however,
we-
you might want to visit the magic shop. He may have some items that might be of use to you, although I don't know
might-
what his prices may be.
How much gold did we have in the damned cart? And why have we left it unguarded?
Well, let's see. We got 245 gold, 34 platinum, 49 electrum, 91 silver, and 13 copper in the wagon inventory.
So, right around 500 gold in total in the kitty. That's enough for one magical item.
Yeah, you got just over 400 gold pieces worth in the wagon.
Let me grab a tea. I'll be back in a
About
second.
430 or 40 gold pieces.
And how much was the fire resist?
Well, if I give you the 10% discount, it would be 450 gold pieces.
That'd be everything we got. Might be worth it if we're facing demons.
Yeah, but mind you, that potion is only for one person. I'm not sure if we can pool all our resources for something
That
that
is
only
true.
one of us will use.
That's true. That's true.
Ma'am,
Yes.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Do you by chance got a healing kit?
Oh, no, I only sell potions. If
Okay,
you-
probably
if
thank
you're
you.
looking for
find that at the
mundane
general
things, you could
store.
try the general store. As far as magical things go, I have potions, and the magic shop would have anything else of a magical nature.
So she said she had no healing potions.
No,
She had no
I'm
healing
out
potions.
of stock right now. I'm sorry. Now, if
Got
you
it.
would like me to brew one for you, I could possibly do that within a couple of days.
Cam was like overhearing some of this. He's just gonna step inside. What do you have for less than 50 gold?
Ingredients?
Yep. Less than 50 gold. Unfortunately, nothing at the moment.
There you
I might have components. Let me see what I have in components. Under 50 gold pieces. Let's see. Component pouches. I have ruby dust. I have for under 50 gold. Let's see. I have incense. I have empty vials. I have. Let's see. What is that? I have a pouch of components for Find Familiar.
For 50 gold, 50 gold piece worth of materials, I can make 3 doses of poison.
Poison.
So that'd be 45 with discount, I guess.
So you would make poison to sell to me? Is that what you're saying?
Most likely we'd use it in the combat.
Okay. Very well. I also have. Let's see. I have components for Magic Mouth Spell. I have the components for Mordenkainen's Magnificent Mansion, if any of you can cast that. I have Diamond Dust. I have Jade
Do we have
Dust.
Do we have
Do
a
you have-
cleric? That might come in handy, actually.
I have.
Do you have anything explosive?
Let me see. I have empty spell books. What is that? Rare chalk and gem infused inks.
She'll steps out because she's trying to contain her annoyance.
Saffron ointments. No, I don't have anything explosive.
Okay. He's good. He's gonna step out. I was like, I don't think we're gonna get anything good out of this.
With the amount of money you guys have, I don't know why you bothered stepping into a shop in the first place.
Forge
Uh,
my
I like
poison.
to window shop. Besides, they'd have a much better chance finding this stuff by killing enemies.
We spent all of our money on Jason's armor.
Stop going to shops and just follow your map to the cult and we can kill them.
Then,
All right.
then we ought to have money, right?
We'll have
Yes.
money when they're dead.
I hope you're still in business. I say to this woman.
I
Yeah,
have been doing this for probably over 50 years now. I'm pretty sure I'll be fine.
He was talking to the shop.
He's talking to Lady
Yeah,
Kayla.
so-
I've been in business for quite a long time, young man. Don't worry
That
about
actually
me.
That actually sounded like a threat, though you don't hear me complaining.
Did you Einar bought her out of the healing potions
Yeah,
before
I
you
don't
met?
know. I don't know. I think you guys heard this information before, but you would know that Lady Kayla is known to be a retired adventurer.
Mm.
Okay, can I try another persuasion? Come join us. Take out this cult. They threaten your business. They threaten your city.
I think you must have missed the retired part.
Yeah.
She's had her fill.
Yeah, she looks like she's in her
Yeah.
60s.
Smelly old lady.
Yeah. Not looking to go adventuring anymore.
Okay.
Cam will put his hand on Brimstone's shoulder. It's like, sometimes you just gotta let go, man.
Yeah.
Gotta let go. Where are we heading to, Mr. Infection?
He has. He answers to this actually.
Of course. Who else?
So he has a map of the city because that's part of his background as a.
Yep.
I can't remember what it's called. Urchin. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Urchin
Right.
urchin background.
Yeah,
So he
and
has.
Hovering over your shoulder, looking at the map.
Yeah. So he holds it over.
Because she's allowed to get close.
Yeah, he holds it up to you, and he says, "So this is where we are right here," and he goes and he pulls up the other map, and he kind of cross-references it for a second. And right about there, that's where they're supposed to be. Now I haven't verified this, but
Alright, and I can probably show you on the map.
Time to verify.
I'll move you to this map so you can see. Okay, this is the map of the city. Main gate's here. Can you see that? Can everyone see this map?
yes,
Yes.
Okay, okay. There's the main gate down here. And the point on the map that you see is over, let's see, it's about, how big is the scale on this thing? I don't think that scale's correct.
Yeah, this is not 20
That-
feet.
No, it's
Using
not correct.
standard,
This is about
5-inch
20, so it's
map
about,
scales.
it's out of sight of the main gate, roughly over here somewhere.
should be right around there.
Hmm.
And so what is around that these areas here?
Okay,
What is
this is the bank, this little building here, and the one next to it is the Church of Ishtar.
Interesting.
And it's supposed to be over here. So ironically enough, it seems to be near the bank, which is no surprise at all to me.
So, are you suggesting that the bank is a front for the cult?
I'm just saying that
I mean,
if
It could be the
is-
bank. It could also be the walls between the bank and outside. Who knows?
Yeah, ideally
Could be
speaking, the
the
cult, the bankers are in the demonic cult, and we have to seize everything in the friggin' bank.
Seize the bank, now we're rich.
We did it for the good of the city, ladies and gents. Now we are lords and ladies, soon to be pursued by the Wizard King.
Lord Rylar to Star.
Who cares?
I kind of like the sound of that.
Do you
Well,
think
we'll go over there and maybe I can sense something there.
Do you
At least
think
go around the area.
I am not especially amazing at combat yet, low in level? Do you think it would be useful for me to remain outside as a watch and to
No.
try and persuade guards not to come this way if there's a kerfuffle, and to take out anybody that's trying to escape?
You're not going to
wounded-
gain any experience like that, mate.
Okay.
If anything else,
You
when we
also
go,
don't want to be alone. If something
Yeah.
happens, you are alone, and that is a problem.
right?
Okay.
If one of us goes down, pull us out. Particularly me. I'm from rather light. I've been infected by things for many, many years. I just wash your hands afterwards.
Stay close to me.
Luckily, being asthma.
Just stay close to me.
yeah,
Just keep yourself in. Just keep whatever is trying to kill you between me. Okay? Just stay behind me.
So that's where we will head, Lori.
All right. So you head out the main gate of the city, down the road, because remember this plateau is 100 feet tall. So the road heads out of the city, heads down the hill till it gets down to ground level, which is mostly farmers' fields and pasture land and stuff like that. But you can make your way up to the city, to the edge of the plateau, which is a short distance outside the city wall, and skirt along the plateau to the spot marked on the map. And when you get there, it doesn't look all that unremarkable. I mean, there's like solid rock and stone and, dirt that the plateau is comprised of. But at the spot where it's marked on the map, you see a stone embedded in the dirt of the plateau with a marking on it.
Would that look like some sort of magical symbol?
Okay, that's what the symbol looks like that you found.
It's deadly.
It's carved onto a stone, and the stone is just kind of pushed into the side of the thing. Now, you can also see there's like an indentation there that looks like the outline of a tunnel that was once here, but someone or something has filled it in with mud and rock and dirt, and it's, by the size of it, probably somebody used magic to seal this tunnel.
I'm more curious about the symbol. What kind of skill check would I use to interpret it? Either Arcana,
History, maybe?
Is the tunnel completely occluded?
Yeah, it looks like it was
occluded?
completely sealed. It was like whoever sealed this up, they caved it in, they
Oh my
pushed
gosh,
mud
I
and
rolled
dirt
a nat 1.
and stone and everything they could think of into this hole to seal it up, it looks like. And it
Well,
looks
I'm
like it's been
drawing a
sealed
blank
for
on
a
the
while.
symbol.
It was not recent. It was done a while ago. All right,
Give you the help action.
I'll have Zathras try. He's a lore bard. Zathras says, "Yeah, I recognize that symbol. When in my research, when it's the symbol of that ancient cult. It's that no one has seen for a while. It's a marking that they use to like a waypoint marking for navigation purposes.
Wow, I was way off.
It's like the X, like the you are here X on a map for us.
I thought that was some sort of creature skull.
Well, who knows? It might be modeled after some kind of creature skull or other.
So when he said that cult, does he mean the one that we're talking about, the Obsidian Flame?
Yeah, the Obsidian Flame.
Right. To try and
Although
look
I don't know,
in.
they weren't known with that name previously, so that might be a new name for their cult. But they are a cult devoted to the demon lord Varathas.
So it's fully sealed?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been fully sealed by someone. So if the cult is there and going in and out of somewhere, they must have another entrance somewhere.
Does the illusionist think that's the case? Is that
Will-
really blocked?
Will walk up to it and he'll touch it, make sure it's not an illusion.
Okay, well, your hand is it hits something solid, so as far as you can tell, it's real.
Well,
Can
damn.
I do a check to see? I'm thinking survival to get a sense of how long ago this might have been, or if there are any tracks
Okay.
leading away.
All right.
Is anyone helping me?
Does anyone have skills to help you with? I don't know. Anybody have survival?
Have
That was our
survival
barbarian who's
proficiency.
gone.
Survival to get a sense for like when was the tunnel sealed and if there's any trails leading away to another location.
All right. Well, the 14. I can tell you that there are no recent tracks around the area. This is part of a farmer's field, and there are crops growing in it, but there are no real footprints around the area. But you get a sense that this is not recently sealed. Like I said, it was a while ago, possibly at least a few months ago. At least, but possibly further back than that.
Will, when did you get that map of yours?
It's around 1 month ago.
And how many other locations are nearby?
As far as the cults, this is the only one that we have a lead on.
But you can tell by the location of where this opening was that it's below. If there is something on the other side inside the plateau, it would be underneath the city somewhere. Inside the plateau.
Well, do any of you wizards have the ability to clear this out or no?
Not my specialty, mate. Oh, just
And
to do
those
illusions.
Those of you who are native to the city also know that there are sewers that run underneath the city that empty out into the river.
Could try the sewers.
I will go ahead and look at the map, and I'll try and get someone to help me.
My best guess is Shatter. Maybe if I cast Shatter on the plugged up hole, it might break some of this apart.
You just cause. If
You would
do
just
that,
cause more of a collapse.
more
We
of
still
a
can't
collapse.
get through.
Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that map, and then I'm going to try and look where we are, and then see where in the sewers might meet up with this. I'm going to try and get somebody to help me out with it. Somebody,
Okay.
the only person who can stand close to me. And I will roll. And thank goodness she's helping me, because without her help, I would have been a dumb.
Be like, yeah, I know the city. You don't want that sewer. Actually.
So what are you doing exactly?
Trying to figure out where this place might meet up underneath the city, using the map that we have.
Okay. You've never actually been in the sewers, so you don't know exactly where they run under the city. All you have to go on is the streets above, and like I said, the location where you are is right about here, somewhere near the bank.
Back up to the city it goes. Get your
Is the
gold
shack-
ready.
Do you not think the shatter's worth
Like
a
a sewer
try?
runoff or anything?
There are. Will knows there are several storm drains in the city that drain off rainwater and sewage and whatever. So there are several grates around the city where you can access the sewers. And there's one right by the main gate, even.
Let's try to
So we
find
had-
one of the grates.
Right
Yeah,
there,
we
there's
just
one.
have to. Yeah.
And there's a few others in the city, but some of them are in a kind of seedy parts of town. And
I will draw the symbol in my mage book so
Okay.
that I have a copy of it. That's the only paper I have. A bit of charcoal.
If the shatter does collapse more of the tunnel, is that a concern? Are we worried about alarming them?
It would be
Well,
quite a
It
knock.
didn't sound a terrible shout to me. Is what I was thinking.
We would be alarming them, not to mention we don't know what kind of structural damage it could technically cause if you potentially shatter the undercity to the point that something may or may not collapse in the city.
yeah, we don't want
And
to.
that might be
We
a
don't want to
problem.
collapse the city. That's for sure.
Couldn't you focus
Yeah.
it on just one rock though, in the blockage?
Not really. That's not how the spell works. It's just
Mm-hmm.
kind of the whole area.
Oh, okay.
All right, there's an entrance to the sewers there by the main gate. There's one up here by the warehouse. There's a couple over in this area here, and there's some more scattered around the city, but you probably never paid any attention to most of them. These are like the main ones.
See if we can get to, area reasonably close to this area. So is this like a residential or?
Yeah, that's
I mean,
those are residential homes around the bank there on the outside of the wall.
It's closer to the castle, so I assume that this is a more higher class area of town.
Right. The lower ones near the temple are a higher class part of town. There's the slums and stuff are up on the north part.
Right. And people aren't going to be asking questions if we go up and go in here. So that's why I suggest we do it.
Yeah.
Let's see
You can
what's
go
over
to the
there.
lower part and, I guess, navigate our way.
This building right next to that dot is the is the religion store.
The religion store.
Yeah, where you can buy
My
like
character knows that
religious
store.
texts and holy symbols and things like that, trinkets and whatever.
My character knows that store.
And the rest of the buildings around it are residential buildings. Some of the merchants live there that work in all these shops nearby.
Lead us there, then.
She will lead them there.
All right. So you go back into town, and as you approach the main gate, the guard says, 1 gold each to get in. Holds out his hand.
Give him the gold.
Who's paying that? That's 8 more gold.
I'm just giving him 1.
Okay.
For
Everybody
me.
giving him a
Just
gold?
one.
Then?
I don't give a
Can't-
call.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm trying
I
to
can't
sneak past in a large crowd.
All right, roll me a stealth.
I think I'm gonna have to try and do the same.
You're kind of large and obvious. Roll me a
It's
stealth,
the
Welby.
stealthiest 7-foot in the land.
Oh yeah, Welby just blends right in and goes between everybody's legs and is unseen, just like the first time.
Cheers.
All right, so you head back into town, up the main street, and that big L-shaped building on the left is is the brothel. That's Einar's favorite place. So you would have to take a left there, right between the brothel and Harbeck's Arms, which is the weapon store, and then hang a right and go up that little side street up there, past all these little homes, up to the face store, and you can see just in front of the store, off to the left side of the door, there's a big metal grate in the road, just embedded into the road there. That's a storm drain.
Someone stronger than me, please.
Astral will do that.
All right, roll me a strength check. Oh, she
24.
just easily just rips it right out of the ground and sets it off to the side. And inside is completely dark. So you pull up the rusty metal grate set into the street. The stench and rot of stagnant water immediately assaults your senses. There's a narrow iron ladder descending into the darkness. The rungs are slick with moisture and grime.
I find a pebble.
Nice.
Okay?
I cast light on it. I drop it in. See how
Okay.
deep it is.
All right, it goes down roughly 20 feet and goes splash into some water below.
Unfortunate, it's right underwater, I guess.
Water is a generous word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Given the smells coming
Yeah.
out of their water is a generous word.
She's just gonna shrug.
Uh,
Best not to think about it.
Okay.
all
Given
the usual-
given that we're about to enter the sewers under the city and deal with whatever's down there, I think this would be a good place for us to stop for the night.
Cool.
You know,
Um,
maybe we should take some precautions and I could light a fire in that sewer.
Boom.
Boom.
Maybe
Does,
that'll-
Rylar loves to fireball and firebolt everything.
does anybody have heavy armor, by the way?
Not me. I'm a wizard, of course.
No
I don't
heavy
know. What about
armor,
the
okay.
paladin? What is the paladin wearing?
I just chainmail, which I think is constitutes still medium.
I think. Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure that nobody's gonna sink like a rock if they fall in. So
I can use it,
I
but
don't
I'm
think
not
it's
wearing
that
it.
deep. I don't think it's that deep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Once you get in, you'll know. I'll tell you. But for now, I think this is a good place to stop because I don't want us to get involved in everything there and then have to stop. So this would be a good place to pause for tonight.
Thank you very much,
Sounds
Lori.
good.
All right, and
Thanks for a
hopefully,
good session.
hopefully it was good. And yes,
I was just gonna say, I'm really impressed with how well things worked out with 8 people
yeah, me too.
playing online. I was a
was-
little
oh,
bit
yeah.
nervous that it was
Mhm.
gonna be really challenging to play, but I was really impressed with how considerate everyone was.
And yeah, I was worried for a little bit there when you were in the tavern, and it looked like you were in 3 different groups that didn't care about what the other ones were doing. and Cam and Broomstone are like, well, let's go, let's leave. We did our work.
You wove it together though. You
Yeah.
laid the breadcrumbs for us to find each other. So.
Yep. Yeah, I tried to make sure that there were connections in the background that we could maybe weave together somehow. All right.
You
Good night,
too.
everybody. And I will see everyone back here in 2 weeks, which is
Yep.
July 6th.